into the universe. It's kind of like just it's a Facebook group, obviously, but it's as everybody knows, Facebook's kind of like a negativity wasteland. So we figured having that group on there is like a good place because most people use Facebook too, regardless of how the energy is there. So it's a nice place, kind of like try to change up the atmosphere and give people a place to go while they're on that platform to try to spread positivity.
Interesting way to do this.
So
okay. It's going to be a little weird on Facebook's end, but I do not really care.
Interesting way to do this. Okay.
so know the code.
It's going to be a little weird on Facebook's end, but I do not.
Okay. We got it. Hello, everyone. We are live as good as we're going to get it right now.
We got it.
Part of them going to be looking
Okay.
at another camera.
We got it. Hello, everyone. We are live as good as we're going to get it right now.
Maybe I should.
Part of them going to be looking at another camera that's just floating around. It's okay.
Fuck it. Like I said.
Maybe I should cover.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Please like, please share out. Let everyone know that you're here.
My guide said.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing
Readings and
today?
healings
Please
today.
like, please share out. Let everyone know that you're here. Hello, Amanda. We'll be doing readings and healings today. Try to get the same level as Luca here.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today?
I don't know if I can.
So, guys, we will be doing free readings and
Hello, everyone. How are we doing
donation
today?
readings. If you sign up
So,
for the group
guys,
Angels
we will
Among
be doing free
in my
readings
bio,
and
let me know
$25
that you signed
donation
up.
readings.
and we'll be
If you
picking
sign up for the
someone
group
randomly
Angels
that's
Among Us,
into
which
the
is in my
chat.
bio,
The numbers
and let
will
me
go
know
up.
that you signed up.
Luke, I'm sure
And we'll
you
be
have
picking
some
someone randomly that's
Um,
coming into the chat.
we gotta go
The-
live for a little
the
while
Numbers will go up
before stuff starts
I'm
kicking.
sure you know how this one works now.
Um,
We
hello,
gotta go live for a little while.
everybody. Hello.
before
So
stuff
please
starts
join the group Angels Among Us,
Um,
people that are coming in.
Hello,
Please like some
everybody.
posts and come
Hello.
back
So
into
please
the
join the
post
group
mode.
Angels Among Us, people that are
Signed
coming
up.
in.
Hello, Ms.
Please like some
Honor.
posts.
We'll also be
and
doing
come back in
$25
and let us
readings.
know that you
And we'll see
signed
you
up for it.
signed
Hello,
up.
Miss Monarch.
Everyone.
We'll also be doing $25 readings. And we'll see who is signed up.
He
Hello,
likes to go on
everyone.
walks
I'm
on
a
the
psychic
beach.
medium and channel.
Don
Luca
Perrier.
likes to kill
And
demons
he
in his
likes
free
to
time.
bring the honeys home.
He likes to go on long
So how's
walks on
everyone
the
doing
beach with Don Perrier. And he likes to bring the honeys home with him. So how's everyone doing today?
The honeys as in the cats. Yes.
Yeah, so if anyone's looking, just send him a message. He's always looking for a date. Somebody new.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, so if anyone's looking, just send him a message. He's always looking for a date, somebody new. Anyways,
I got a bell too.
Meow.
don't send him to me though. I got a
Okay.
bell too. Look.
Okay. Hello, Peter. Peter
Like,
joined us.
Oh, okay.
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 Hello, everyone. How
Hello,
are we doing
Peter.
today?
Peter.
We're still figuring out the
Joined
Facebook
us.
aspect of things. But
Peter,
it is what it is.
Hello,
We're also
everyone.
on
How are we
YouTube
doing
as well.
today?
So all
We're
those
still
links are in my
figuring out the
bio.
Facebook
Please
aspect
sign
of
up
things, but
for if you're coming
is
into
what
the
it is.
feed. Please
and
like
we're
the
also on
feed.
YouTube as well.
Also, if you want
So
to
all those links are in my bio. But please sign up
There are the
for
42
if you're
on it.
coming into the feed. Please
And,
like the feed. Also, if you want to support
I'm gonna go.
that heart
So as I
thing
said,
up
I
there,
need
the
a
42
moderator.
on it.
So I'm gonna need a
And
I'll deal with this so they can pen.
so where is it gonna go? So as I said, I need a moderator. So I'm gonna need a mod to help me with
Yeah,
this
I'm
so they
okay
can
with
pen.
that.
Might be a few people. Might take a few minutes to come in.
Show up Hawkeyes or not.
Yeah,
Might
I'm
be
okay
too late
with
for
that.
Might be too late for Jesse.
I need a Hawkeye. To
see
show
if I
up
can
Hawkeye
find
for not.
Hawkeye.
She might be too late for her. Might be too late for Jesse. Let me see if I can
Michelle
find
might jump in. We just need somebody to pin. Okay. Hello, everyone. So
Michelle might jump in. We just need somebody.
what are we gonna do here, Mr. Luca?
Okay. Hello, everyone. So
I'm gonna do some readings and some healings.
We do some
what are we
readings
gonna
and
do
some
here, Mr.
healings.
Luca?
He's
Take it
sharing
away.
out as we
Gonna do some
speak.
readings.
I'm just waiting for a mod to pop in.
We do some readings and some healings.
Let me see if I can
He's
mess it
sharing
up.
out as we speak. Just waiting for a mod to pop in. Let me see if I can message one real quick. I think she'll be able to help us.
Everyone, we're a safe space. We have a new group because I know a lot of people are freaking out right now, being overwhelmed. with the emergency
We're a safe
in the world.
space. We have a new
We have a
group. 'Cause I know a
Facebook
lot
group
of
where we're
people are
helping people
freaking
out
out
with
right
their
now,
lives
being
and other
overwhelmed
things
with the
of that
energies
nature.
that are happening in
And
the world.
thank you.
We have a
a
Facebook
lot.
group where we're helping
So,
people out. We'll be doing lives there and
and
other things. of
I
that
am
nature.
going to
And
share this out
thank
to
you.
that
We have
group
a lot. So
as well.
and I am going to
It just has to
share
load
this
up.
out to that group
Michelle was almost
as
up.
well.
Group.
Just has to load up.
Michelle was always up.
I'm fucking gotta really do that.
Okay, thank you. So what we're doing, Miss Michelle, is we're just pinning that people that join the group from our bio.
Okay, thank you.
Free
So
readings.
what we're
Also,
doing, Miss
doing
Michelle, is
$25
we're just
donation
pinning that
readings.
people that join the
You just have to
group
go into my
from our
bio, join
bio,
Angels
free
Among Us.
readings.
It's
Also,
very-
we're doing
very
$25
right there.
donation readings.
And if you're on
You just have to go
Facebook,
into my bio, join
and
Angels Among
pretty
Us.
simple.
It's
Let us know that you're here,
pinned right there.
and we're going to be doing some readings and
if you're on
healings.
Facebook. And
Please like, please
simple.
share
Let
out,
us
let
know that
everyone
you're
know that you are here.
And we're going to be doing some readings and healings.
If we can get a pen, I think you're the only mod
Please
here,
like, please
Michelle.
share out. Let everyone know that you are here.
If anyone is here and ready for
I
that,
think
let
you're the
us
only mod here,
know.
Michelle. So
Let us know so we can pick somebody. We're waiting
if
to
anyone
pick.
is here and ready for that, let us know. Let us know.
Let
so
us
we can pick somebody. We're waiting to
Right.
pick.
Comment down below if you had joined the group or if you're already a
Comment
member.
down below.
Or if you're already a member, let us know.
Comment down below if you had joined the group or if you're already a member of the group.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
you're
looking to give away
already-
readings. You guys are looking for them. We here.
That way we know so we can give away this reading.
Yeah,
So-
we're looking to give away readings. You guys are looking for them. We here.
We just froze.
So we just froze. Hold on.
We back. Okay. Miss Bean is first. She has joined the Facebook group. Tanya, it is in my bio. So, guys, if you'd like to join our Facebook group, Angels
Miss
Among
Bean
Us,
is
it's in my
first. She has
bio,
joined the Facebook
as well as
group.
we're doing
Tanya, it is in my
$25
bio.
readings.
So
It
guys,
is
if you'd like to join our
in my
Facebook
bio
group,
as
Angels
well.
Among Us, it is in my
Facebook group
bio.
is Angels
As
Among
well
Us.
as we're doing $25 readings.
We're
It
just
is
going with this.
in my
and seeing
bio
where
as
we're going.
well.
So,
The Facebook group is Angels
make
Among Us.
Jessica a moderator.
So we're just going with this and seeing where we're going. So
We're on the highway, just cruising.
Make Jessica.
We don't know how this is working yet, but we figure it out.
We're on the highway just cruising. Don't know where we're going, but we're going.
Swerve.
we don't know how this is working yet. We'll figure it out.
And there we go. You're now confirmed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let us know that you are here. Let us know
You're now
that you are
confirmed.
with us. Let us know that you
Okay,
joined
here
the
we go.
group.
Okay, so
Jessica, if you could just
let us
post join the
know
group,
that
and it's
you
also
are here.
$25
Let us know
donation
that you
readings
are
in my
with us. Let
bio.
us know that you joined the group.
So we're gonna get going here.
Jessica,
We're
if you
going
just post join the
healings.
group,
I'm a
it's
triple
also
Reiki master.
$25 donation
Solar
readings in my
molecular
bio.
realignment, soul memory
So
clearing.
we're going to get going here. We'll be doing readings and healings. I'm a triple Reiki master, complete solar
So,
molecular
how's everyone doing
realignment, soul
today?
memory clearing. We're on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Okay, so
So how is everyone
we need someone to
doing today?
pick. So if you've joined the group, let us know
Okay.
down below.
So
We are ready to go.
we need someone to
We are ready
pick.
to
So if
go.
you've joined the group, let us
Tara.
know.
Cosmic has
Down
joined the
below,
group.
we are
Let's
ready
start with
to
her.
go. We are ready
You
to
want to take
go.
this one away, Mr. Luca, and I'll do the
Hello,
energy
Taryn.
work and you do the reading.
Cosmic has joined the group. Let's start with her. You want to take this one away, Mr. Luca, and I'll do the energy work and you do the readings.
Yeah, let's do it. Congrats, Cosmic.
Some present position, good higher fit.
I can't.
Present
All right, so
position,
there's
get the
some,
hierophant. Nice.
There's a change that is being delayed in your life right now. So you have in your foundation.
All
you have
right,
a
so there's some
reverse, which tells you
there's a change that is being delayed in your life right now. So you in your foundation you have the death card in the reverse, which tells you that there's like a shift that needs to occur, and your higher self is showing up as the hierophant here in the heart space, like the center of the reading. This change in the shift that's occurring, or that needs to occur. I feel like you're like
about not being as stuck.
you're either not listening to your intuition, or there's a perspective that's trying to be offered to you about not being as stuck as you might feel in whatever the situation is. It could be involving like material things, or how much of yourself you're giving to other people, because on your mindset you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. If it's not about how much you give to
Reciprocate
others,
that.
like how much
This
time
goes
and energy and
represents,
effort you put into things that aren't really like
a sense of feeling
appreciating you
balance,
or
because
reciprocating that
a lot
energy.
of energy and
This
work
could also
to
represent
build yourself into a higher, like a better
a
space.
sense of feeling unbalanced because maybe you put a lot of energy and work just into building yourself into a higher, like a better space in your life, but you haven't quite
You
received
put in this work that the universe
and,
will
like the blessings that you
feel there is.
feel. Like everyone gets this sense in their life that
This
if you
is
put
just
in this work, that the universe will like reward you, and I feel there is like a part of that aspect here. This is just all evolving around change. Let me go deeper into this here.
The Ace of Swords,
So you got the Two of Pentacles,
the Star,
you got
and the Three of Swords.
the Ace of Swords,
I also see the
the Star,
the Temple
and the
right here.
Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords?
Yeah,
showing up?
something
I
material
also
is
see the
for you, even though you wanted to.
and the
It's
Temple
because
right
there's
here,
a
and the Ace
new
of Cups.
way of
Yeah, something material is
higher self
working
is trying
for
to
you,
guide
even though
you
you
into.
want it to, but it's because there's a new way of tapping into your emotions that your higher self is trying to guide you into, essentially like a healing involving some type of past heartbreak or some emotional distress you've been going through, but like it might be tough to it's all about release. There's something within your emotional state that you're being asked to release. Or if it's not like about your emotional state, it's a specific person or situation that you're just kind of gripping onto that is essentially hanging on by a thread. Is that it's like you're kind of at your wit's end with this energy, but you have the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords showing up. So this tells me that in order to receive clarity and balance, there's a need for you to set a boundary or to cut whatever this is out of your life, or to end this cycle in this process so that you can allow healing to occur and you can bring in what's meant for you. And the reason I say bring in what's meant for you is you have the Star card here. So this is about listening to your authentic truth and allowing the stars to align for you, which it might not seem like those things are happening right now, but they very much are. There's just something, as I said before, that needs to be let go of that I feel like is for quite a while there's been resistance to like wanting to let this go. So there is very much a need for you to trust where your intuition and your higher self is taking you, and don't be afraid.
This is all guided by your higher self and spirit. So
and your outcome, you have the Hierophant again, your outcome. This is all guided by your higher self and spirit. So just trust the process and don't worry about
internally, set this boundary with like a certain
having to do too much. This is all about just needing to make this decision internally, or set this boundary with like a certain person or thing, and then you'll start to see things shift for you as you move forward. Your hard work is paying off.
Success.
The answers you need are coming.
Okay, Luca, you got a little bit of reverb or something, like static? Your headphone.
Okay, you got a little bit of reverb or
Yeah,
something?
maybe that.
Static?
Okay, Cosmic, we're gonna do some energy work here. So just say I accept, and we're gonna tap them.
Maybe that.
Just say I
Okay,
accept in your
Cosmo,
head.
We're gonna do some energy work here.
And for guys
Just
coming
say
into
I
the
accept.
feed, it is a
And we're gonna
$25
tap them.
donation, or you can
Say I
join
accept in
the
your
group
head.
Angels Among Us, and we'll be
And for guys coming
in
into
my
the
bio
feed, it is
on
a $25 donation,
and we
or
will
you
be
can join
choosing
the group
random
Angels
people
Among
for
Us, and we'll be. It is
Cosmic
in my
here.
bio on Facebook, and we will be choosing random people
Tap
for
me in.
readings.
Now,
So Cosmic.
move into heart chakra. Open. You're gonna feel pressure
Tap me in.
starting to open
No.
right here,
Move into heart chakra.
just like
Open.
that. Open.
You're gonna feel pressure starting to open
We're
right here.
I'm channeling. We're going to reconnect your heart
Just like
chakra
that.
with your sacral
Open.
chakra. So this is the emotional.
We're
your personal
I'm channeling.
power,
We're
which
going to
is your solar
reconnect
plexus.
your heart chakra
And
with your
open.
sacral chakra. So this is the emotional,
Release.
your personal power,
Connect.
which is in your solar
And
plexus.
tap in.
And open,
Archangel Metatron
release,
step in
connect,
and tap in
and
right
tap
there.
in.
Feel into the
Archangel
energy.
Metatron step in
Just like
and tap in right there.
You're gonna feel your
Feel
body,
into the
especially
energy.
in the torso area right here, starting to heat
Just like
up
that.
to these chakras.
You're gonna
We're
feel
also
your body,
tapping into the
especially
back of
in
the
the torso
chakras.
area right here, starting to heat up.
And then feel into that right there.
We're also tapping into the back of the chakra. Open and feel into that right there.
Release. You have 3 guides around you, Cosmic. Number 1.
And release. You have 3 guides around
keep
you,
seeing
Cosmic. Number 1.
Arcturians. They're not your guides, but they're part of your galactic family. I keep seeing Arcturians
I keep
around
seeing
you.
Arcturians. They're not your
This is
guides,
gonna
but they're part
further
of your galactic family.
Your
I
higher
keep seeing
self
Arcturians
and
around you too.
development with
This is
your
going to further
spiritual
your
self.
higher self
I feel
and
like you already
your
know this instinctually.
development with your
But if you'd like to look up
spiritual
the Arcturians
self.
onto YouTube,
I feel like you already know this
better for you
instinctually on a soul
than I can
level.
do in like
But if you'd
30
like to look
minutes.
up the Arcturians, go onto
And
YouTube. YouTube
There's
will
some slight
explain that
pressure
better
in the
for
head
you.
area. I can
than
feel
I
that
can
right
do in
now,
like
so I'm going to
1 or 2
release that
minutes.
through the crown chakra.
And
Let's
there's some
open.
slight pressure in the head
Release
area. I can feel
calibrate
that
light.
right now, so I'm going to release that through the crown chakra. Let's open. Release,
Now, cosmic,
recalibrate
some people
light.
have weapons on them like me. I have armor, I have swords, all kinds of things. Some of us are a little
Now,
bit
cosmic, certain people
geared
have
towards
weapons on them.
spiritual
Like
battle.
I have armor, I
So,
have swords, all
you're
kinds
one
of
of
things.
those
Some of us
people.
are a
You
little
need
bit
to clean up your
geared
weapons
towards
because immediately
spiritual
they're a
battle.
bit dingy.
So
And
you're one of those
just need to
people.
clear them.
So I need
You all
you to
have to
clean up your weapons because immediately
and
I'm
tap
seeing they're a
in.
bit dingy.
You're going to feel your
And
back
just
start
need
to
to
heat
clear
up
them.
because that's
We
where
all
you're
have to do
keeping
this
some of them. And
And
release,
tap in.
recalibrate light,
You're gonna feel your back start to heat up because that's where you're
and
keeping
feel
some
into
of
that
them.
energy
And
right there.
release.
Recalibrate
Recalibrate light.
and feel into the energy
And
right
feel
there.
into that energy right there.
And
And feel into the energy right
ground
there.
back in our body. Ground. And release.
Just like that. And
Okay. We're going to take donations
Ground the back of the
with
body. Ground.
choosing people.
And
We got
release.
donations coming in. So give me a second.
Okay, we're gonna take donations with choosing people.
So first we're gonna do Brandy, then we're gonna choose someone, then we're
Give
gonna
me
do
a second,
Karen.
guys.
So if you guys join the group
Okay.
Angels
So
Among
first
Us,
we're gonna do
on
Brandy, then we're
in
gonna
my
choose
bio.
someone, then we're gonna do Karen.
Also $25
So if
donations.
you guys
for readings.
join the
If
group
you are
Angels
not,
Among Us on Facebook, it is in my bio.
or you are in the group.
Also,
we're just kind of
$25
we're
donation for
playing this by
readings
ear.
if you are not
Anyways, here we go.
in the
The first time we done this,
or you are in
we're
the
popping our
We're
chairs.
just kind of
Let's
we're
go.
playing this by ear.
Brandy is next.
Anyways, here we go. The first time we done this, we popping our cherries. Let's go. It's Brandy is next.
Thank you, Mr.
Ooh.
Let me get some more water.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, so I feel the energy of victory coming through for you. The overall energy here at the bottom of the deck.
Okay, so I feel the energy of victory coming through for you.
Why this is in reverse. So you have the Empress.
The overall energy here
I guess
at the
things
bottom
are,
of the deck, you have the
moving in a
Chariot
certain
card.
direction right now,
I
or
need
it's
to
not
cut the deck and
necessarily
ask
about
why this is in
movement,
reverse.
this
Here's
is
the
about
Empress. Okay, so things aren't like moving in a certain direction right now, or if it's not necessarily about energy movement, this is about
essentially the Empress card. This is about being unbothered.
choosing to be unbothered, choosing to sit
Empress
still.
energy,
So when I
kind of
ask to
feminine
clarify,
state,
you
like
have
you're very relaxed,
essentially the
just
Empress
enjoying
card. This is
yourself.
about being unbothered, just
state
being in that
kinda like
Empress energy,
this.
kind of like a feminine
Waiting
state,
for
like you're
opportunities
very relaxed,
to
just
present themselves
enjoying
to you.
yourself, being in
So
a
with
state
this
of
overall energy being
kind of like
the
bliss and
Chariot card
waiting for
here, and then
opportunities to
once you
present themselves to you.
pick these up,
So with this overall energy being
I see the
the
sun
Chariot
and
card here, and then let me do one more thing.
wands peeking out for you.
Pick these up, they're saying. Ooh,
So
I
you
see
got
the
20
sun
wands
and
and the sun.
Queen of Wands peeking out for you.
10 of Wands. Yeah, you're
So we got
releasing
the
some
10 of
burdens and
Wands
some
and the
baggage from the
sun.
past. Choosing to not do as much. I feel like
10 of
you've
Wands.
definitely
Yeah, so you're
overworked
releasing
yourself
some burdens and some
in the
baggage
past.
from the
This
past.
is definitely involving
Choosing to not do as much. I feel like you've definitely overworked yourself
tendency in their
in the
life
past.
to
This is definitely involving
almost
manifestations. I know some
themselves
people can
in
have a
what they
tendency
do
in
in order
life
to, like, just
to
because of how society trains us, like there's a feeling
almost
that
like overexert themselves
success, we
in
have to, like,
what they
constantly
do in
this,
order,
constantly
like
do
just
that,
because of
just
how
to
society
overwork
trains
ourselves,
us.
which
Like
then
there's a
create the
feeling
sense
that in order to
like doing too many
create
things
success,
at
we have
once,
to
but I
like
feel like you're very
constantly
much
do this,
moving out of that
constantly do that,
energy
and just
kind
like
of
overwork
recharging right
ourselves,
now.
which then can create this
With
sense
the
of
Hermit being in your
like
mind
doing
space,
too many things at once. But I
and
feel like you're very
upright,
much
as
moving
well
out of
as
that
the
energy and
victory
kind of
card,
recharging right now.
upright in your
With the
grounded
Hermit
position.
being in your mind space, in the upright, as well as the
Sit
victory
still
card
and enjoy
in the
yourself right
upright
now.
in your grounded
Definitely
position.
picking up this Empress energy, embodying it. I feel like you're already here,
Just
but
sit still and enjoy yourself
to
right
embody
now.
this
I'm
Empress energy,
definitely picking
especially
up
with
that
this
this
spring moving
Empress
in, depending
energy,
on where
embodying it. I feel like you're already here, but
this is really
continuing
going to
to
help you
embody
to
this
allow
Empress
your
energy,
things to shift
especially with
towards
the
you. I
spring
feel like,
moving in,
like I
depending
said
on where you're
before,
at and what part of the world.
like overwork themselves trying to catch
this
up
is really
to
going to help you to allow new
manifestations,
things to
but
shift towards
really
you. I
what
feel
we end
like,
up doing
I said
is
before, a lot of people
we
will
actually
like
end up
overwork
working hard
themselves trying to catch up to
continuously trying to do this,
manifestations,
practice,
but
trying to do
really
this,
what we
as
end up
opposed
doing
to
is we
stop
actually like end up running from
other
our
ones and have
manifestations if
enjoy
we're
it so that
continuously trying to
everything
do
we
this,
put
trying to
behind
do
us
this,
can
trying to
start
do
to
this,
catch
as
up
opposed to like
quite
sometimes we
locked
just have to
into that
stop
manifestation.
and smell the
Very much
roses
an
and kind of
energy here
enjoy it
about
so that
releasing
everything that we put behind us can start to like
releasing
catch up
this
and then we like lock
fear
into that
around not
manifestation.
receiving what you're
There's
meant
very much an
to
energy
receive.
here about
And
releasing
with that Ten of Swords being in the recent past,
releasing
like,
this
no longer allowing your
fear
mind
around not receiving
play
what you're
tricks
meant
on you
to
and create
receive.
illusions for
And
you,
with
kind
that
of
Ten
like
of Swords being in the
thinking
recent
about
past, like no longer
how your
allowing your
emotions
mind
flow.
to play
Listening
tricks
to your
on you
heart and where
and
that's
create
taking you,
illusions for you, kind
go
of
with
like
the flow rather
it's
than
really
let
about
kind of
allowing your
power
emotions
that and
flow.
trick you into
Listening
doing
to your
things that
heart and
don't
where
need to
that's
be
taking
done,
you,
like
going
overexert
with the
yourself
flow
in
rather
order
than letting your head kind
to
of overpower
be a
that
part
and
of, essentially.
trick you into doing things that you don't need to be doing or like overexerting yourself in environments that you don't need to be a part of, essentially.
What
I'm going
else
to go a little bit
does
deeper.
Serenity need to know? We got the
See if
Judgment
it's really
card.
fast
Nice.
for you.
We also
What
have the
else
Hangman in
does
the
Serenity
reverse.
need to know? We got the Judgment
Princess of
card.
Pentacles.
Nice. We also have the Hangman in the reverse.
Okay, so this is out of your
Princess of
hands.
Pentacles.
Your angels are doing some work behind the scenes to really help bring in these opportunities for you.
Okay, so this is out of your hands. Your angels are doing some work behind the scenes to really help bring in these opportunities for you. I'm hearing to take risks, take leaps of faith
just because
on certain
opportunities are
things,
showing
but
up for you
also
does not mean that
only
they are for you. The universe tends to bring
only
us
do what feels right in
opportunities,
your heart.
and
Just
it's
because
our decision.
opportunities are
Sometimes
showing
they're
up
good,
for you
sometimes
does not
they're
mean
bad.
that
It's our
they
decision
are
whether
for
we
you.
allow them in
The
or not.
universe
We have to
tends to
listen
bring
our
us
intuition, our
opportunities,
heart, based off
and
of
it's our
what's
decision.
right and what's
Sometimes
wrong.
they're good, sometimes they're
So I
bad. It's
feel like
our
this
decision
journey that
whether
you've
we
been
allow
through in
them
the
or
recent
not.
past
We
has
have to
very
listen
much
to our
taught you
intuition and our heart based
to
off of
only put yourself
what's
in
right and what's
spaces
wrong.
where there's
And I feel like this
gratitude
journey that you've been through in the recent past has very much taught you
put into things,
to
but
only
right
put
now
yourself in
about
spaces where
releasing the
there's
perspective
gratitude that
that
is shown for
by
like
just
how
being
much
in
you
your
do
energy
and
and
what
your
efforts you
elements
put into
and
things. But
enjoy
right now
life,
is about
that this
really
is
seeing the perspective
and actually
that
like really just
by
showing
just
gratitude
being in your
for yourself,
energy and
trying
in
to
your
give yourself
elements
that pat on
and
the back. This is
enjoying
what
life a little
angels
bit.
want
This
you to do in
is
the
it's
meantime.
and actually
Just
like
give
really
yourself
just
that
showing
opportunity
gratitude for
to
yourself,
honor
kind of
yourself
giving
for
yourself that
anything.
pat on the back. This is what
And
your angels want you
allow
to do in the
balance to
meantime.
be
It's
restored.
just like give yourself that opportunity to be
Yourself
proud of
to make a new
yourself for
chapter.
everything you've done
That's what I'm hearing. Actually, I
and
think Michelle just
allow
posted
balance
yesterday
to
about
be
turning
restored
the page to
through
a new
opening up
chapter.
yourself
A
to
lot of
like a
people
new
are very much
chapter.
in this energy. You have the
Here,
world
actually, I
card
think
showing up.
Michelle
So it's
just made
about
a
ending
post
the
yesterday
cycles
about turning the page
and
to a new chapter.
leaving things
A lot
behind
of
that no
people are
longer
very
serve
much in
you,
this
really
energy. You have
trusting
the
that
world card
new
showing
things
up.
that are
So this is
opening
about
for
ending
you.
those cycles
It
and
might be uncomfortable at
leaving things
first,
behind
but
that no longer serve you, and really trusting that the new things that are opening up for
just
you,
because something is uncomfortable doesn't mean that
they
it's
might
bad.
be
It just
uncomfortable at
means that you
first,
haven't
but discomfort is
experienced
a
it
language of
before, so
growth.
it's going to seem a
And
little bit
if
out of the
just
ordinary.
because
Whether
something
this
is
be like
uncomfortable
new
doesn't mean that it's
relationships,
bad. It just
new
means that you
friendships
haven't
with types of people
experienced
that
it
you've never
before.
really
So
met
it's going to
before.
seem a little bit
I
out of the
feel like there's
ordinary,
going to be
whether
a
this
lot
be
more
like new
caring and more
relationships,
authentic parts of
new
you that
friendships
you're
with
probably
types
not
of
used to
people that
that,
you've never really met
especially with the
before.
strength card showing
I
up in
feel like there's going
reverse.
to be a lot more
You know, we've
mirroring of
talked
the more
about people in the
authentic parts of
past
you,
that
and you're probably not
no
used to
matter
that,
how nice you are to them,
especially with the strength card showing up in the
never
reverse. You probably dealt with people in the
like
past that
you couldn't accept your energy.
no matter how nice you were to them, they
like the
could never
space of empathy that you were coming from. But now it's time
like
to like
they
understand
couldn't accept
that
your
like
energy, or they
you
didn't
know what your
see like
intentions are
the
in
space
every
of empathy
environment
that
that
you
you're
were
in,
coming
and to
from. And now
remind
it's time
yourself
to
that
like
it's not
understand
like
that like
how
you
other
have
people
conviction, that you
respond
know
to
what your intentions
whatever
are
you do.
in every environment that you're in, and to
To
remind yourself
create
of
like a
that, to not
reflection,
let
to
how
honestly
other
create
people
a sense of
respond to you in whatever you do.
like insecurity within yourself.
To
If people can't
create
accept
like a
your love, or they
reflection
can't
of, to
accept your
almost like
kindness,
create a
then
sense of
it just means that they don't know how to accept that
like
within
insecurity
themselves. Like you
within
can't
yourself. If people can't
expect
accept your
respect
love,
from
or they
people
can't
that
accept
don't
your
respect
kindness, then
themselves. And
it just
with
means that they
anything
don't know
else
how to
too,
accept
like
that within themselves. Like you
if
can't
you can't
expect
expect love from
respect from
people that
people
love
that don't
themselves,
respect
and
themselves.
so on and
And
so on,
with
vice
anything
versa.
else too, like
So I think that's
if you can't
pretty solid
expect
message for
love
you
from
here.
people that
Also,
don't love
something
themselves,
about
and
like
then
feeling
so
left
on
out
and
in the
so on,
cold.
vice versa.
Don't worry
So I
about
think
that.
that's
Anything that you need to
pretty
leave
solid
behind, or
message
if
for
you
you here.
feel
Also,
left
something about like feeling left out in the
There's gonna be
cold,
something for you.
don't worry about
Trust
that.
that.
Anything that you need to
Like I
leave
said,
behind, or if you
enjoy
feel like you've
yourself
been
right
left
now. Kind of
behind,
be in
you
the
haven't,
energy of
there's a
spring and
new
like
start coming
rebirth.
for
And
you.
just
So trust that.
enjoying nature.
Like I said, just sit down, enjoy yourself right now. Kind of be in the energy of spring and like rebirth,
So you
and
have
just
look at the bigger picture.
enjoying nature as it comes
When
through,
outcasts
and everything comes back to light.
forecast,
So you
and
have look at the bigger
a
picture.
new romantic cycle
A
begins.
win-win outcast is, or outcome is forecast.
Okay, Miss Brenda, here we go.
A new romantic.
And guys, please comment that you joined the group. After this, we're going to choose someone that has joined
Okay,
the
Miss
group.
Brandy,
The
here
link
we
is
go.
in this in my bio.
And guys, please
also a
comment that you joined the
$25
group.
donation.
After this, we're going to choose
We're
someone
gonna
that
be
has
picking
joined the
for
group.
people
From
that joined the
Angels
group.
Among Us
If
in my
you joined
bio.
it or
There's
already
also a
joined it,
$25
let us
donation
know.
if
and Taryn will be
we're going to be
after.
picking from people that joined the group. If you've joined it or already
Let
joined
me
it,
tap
let us
in.
know. And Taryn will be after after brain.
Move into heart chakra, open,
Let me tap in.
release, recalibrate, light.
Move into heart chakra,
You
open.
have a lot of grandparents. Shit, you have a lot of
Release, recalibrate, light.
and family members.
You have a lot of grandparents.
So it's a time
You have
of
a lot
you kind of moving more into yourself,
and
moving
family
more
members.
into the next
So
phase.
it's a
where
time
you're
of you
going,
kind of
taking
moving
a
more
moment to
into yourself,
self-reflect on where
moving
you've
more
been
into
and where you've come from.
the
That's gonna
next
help
phase
you
of
really
where you're
move into
going,
where
but
you need
taking
to
a
go
moment
next.
to self-reflect on where you've
It's
been.
going to be a shift.
where you've
You
come
have to be
from.
willing
That's going to help you really move
to do
into
that
where you need to
in
go
inner
next.
introspection.
It's going to be a
Because
shift.
when I look at the
You have to be
chakras,
willing
the heart chakra and the
to
solar
do that
plexus,
in inner
I'm
introspection.
seeing a little bit of a disconnect. We're
Because
going
when I
to
look at the
reconnect
chakras,
those
when a
two
heart
chakras.
chakra and the
Let's
solar
connect them
plexus,
now.
I'm seeing a little bit of a
Connect those
disconnect.
chakras.
We're going to reconnect those two chakras. So let's connect in now.
And feel into the back
Connect
and
into those
open.
chakras.
Release, recalibrate light. Right there.
And feel into the back and open.
Just feel into the energy.
Release, recalibrate light. Right there. Just feel into the energy.
They're showing things you should be doing when you're relaxing, like taking a bath, a salt bath, anything that's going to help.
They're showing things you should be
any
doing when
emotional
you're
energy.
relaxing,
Water will
like taking a
naturally clear
bath, a
emotional
salt bath,
energy.
anything that's going to help clear you of any emotional energy. Water will
And
naturally
I'm still
clear
working with
emotional
the throat
energy.
chakra. Gabriel.
And I'm still working with the throat chakra.
Just like that. Move into the throat chakra.
Gabriel,
And
step in.
open, release, recalibrate light.
That, move into the throat chakra.
Feel into that right there.
And open, release, recalibrate light. Feel into that right there.
And clear her field. They're going through all these multiple past lives.
Clear her
just
field.
like rapid fire. It's hard for me to keep track.
They're going through all these multiple past lifetimes, just like rapid fire. It's
Remember, you don't have to beat up yourself.
Remember, you
Look
don't
for
have to
ways
beat
get
up
the
yourself.
energy out if it becomes too much.
Look for
Walking,
ways to get
doing
the
anything
energy
that's gonna
out
help
if
you
it becomes too
detach
much.
from your mind. In your auric field, you have a
Walking,
mental
doing anything that's
energy
going to
field.
help
You
you
have an emotional. There's
detach
different
from your
parts of the
mind.
auric field. But it's
In your
releasing
auric
that
field, you have a mental
energy
energy field. You have an
is
emotional.
going to
There's
help
different
you
parts of the
further
auric
go
field.
to where you need to be.
But it's releasing that mental energy.
And give you a respite.
It's going to help you further go to where you need to be.
I know you can feel your whole body heating up.
And give you a respite
And
from what
clear.
you're experiencing now.
When it's happening, the energy.
I know you can
ice
feel your whole body heating up now.
and water at
and
the same
clear.
time. Just like
When it's
that.
happening, the energy of ice
And release, recalibrate
and
light.
water at the same time.
Arafi
Just
shila
like
kawa,
that.
shikawa fara kishi.
And release, recalibrate light.
And release.
Arafi
There you go. You
shila
watching me,
kawa,
man?
shikawa
I see
fara
you,
kishi
mofo.
laka.
And
Release. Harry's got you watching me, man? I see you,
recalibrate
mofo.
light.
And release, recalibrate
Here.
light.
And light. Boom.
And clear.
Just like that. And down her back in her body. Boom. Karen is next. Now, as I said before, guys, it is a $25 donation, but if you join the group Angels
Karen is
Among Us,
next.
which
Now,
is
as
in
I
my
said before,
bio,
guys,
as
it
well
is a
as
$25
donations in my
donation,
bio as
but if you
Info,
join the
Cash
group
App,
Angels
PayPal,
Among Us, which is in my bio, as
well.
well as
Karen is
donations are
next.
in
We
my
will
bio
choose
as
someone
well.
next.
Venmo, Cash App,
Signed up for the group in
let
the
me know if
past
you use
or
Venmo.
just recently signed up.
Taryn is
Karen
next.
is
We will
next.
choose
Say
someone
hello,
next
Taryn.
that has
Say
signed
hello,
up for the
dear.
group in the past or just recently signed up.
Brand, you're welcome. Also,
Taryn is next. Say hello, Taryn. Say hello, dear.
I don't know if daisies are the ones.
Brand,
that
you're
are
welcome.
like
Oh, also I was hearing something
yellow,
about daisies, like flowers.
petals. I forget what kind of
I
flower
don't know
that
if daisies are the
is.
ones that are like
Daisy,
it's like a yellow center and then
There's
the
something
white
about that for you.
petals.
You've
I
been
forget what kind
seeing
of flower
daisies
that
or
is. I was also hearing daisies in my head, but
You're supposed to get some.
there's something about that for you. You've been
Not sure,
seeing
but you'll
daisies,
know
or
when it pops
so
up.
you're supposed to get some.
Hey, one
You'll
person.
know.
We have double echo on
What pops
Facebook.
up
I
for
don't
you.
know why.
Hey, one
So,
person. We
let me see
have
if I can-
double echo on Facebook. I don't know why. So let me see if I can mute that. Let me see if that took care of it. It probably just took care of it. Okay, go ahead.
Cool. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups at the foundation of the reading here. It is in the upright, but when I asked to clarify why this is showing up, because right above that in the heart space, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which is about no growth or a lack of passion, or you're feeling like a lack of passion, or something is kind of like almost like getting cold, whereas it's supposed to be getting warmer and growing. So I asked to clarify that you have the Princess of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Two of Swords. So there's kind of like a stalemate in whatever the situation is. It could be a relationship or something that you're trying to build upon, like maybe like a love interest. But I do sense at the overall energy here. So you have the Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. There's a sense of like insecurity around getting away with something or like sneaky energy. And then when I cut the deck, you have the Justice card here in the reverse. So there's some karma that's happening. That's kind of like playing itself out. Hold up. I keep hearing insecurities. I don't know if like you or this other person that's involved in this is carrying insecurities. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Why is that in reverse? King of Wands. Are you questioning whatever this is? I don't know if you'll be able to comment on here, but one or two of you is questioning this situation. I need to pull these up. Get more cards to go off of.
He is questioning the situation.
Okay, word. Yeah, there's like insecurity about this, but if it's you that's questioning it, then I feel that it's like your mind is playing tricks on you. Yeah, so this is more or less about like I feel like you're carrying some insecurities from past relationships, and it's almost like with the reason why that Princess of Wands was in the reverse. The Princess of Wands in the upright is about learning how to tap into your passion, learning how to be creative. Maybe my ex-husband. Yeah, I feel like there's some, because you have the Three of Swords here, and the Victory card in the reverse. So this is definitely like something like a past energy that's affecting your current. Either it's not a current situation, it's definitely like your current emotions or your ability to open up to new things, and that's why that Ace of Wands is definitely in the reverse. But coming back to that Princess of Wands being the reverse, if it was in the upright, it would mean that you're very much learning how to like tap into your fire. But there is kind of like a stalemate, like a standstill with this. And the reason for this, because you have the Queen of Swords and the Lovers card here. The Lovers in this deck is about like, for me, it's about your relationship with yourself and how you interact with other people based off of like whether you love yourself or not, essentially. So with that Queen of Swords being here, you see how she's sitting there and she's transparent with herself, like her cape is almost see-through. It's the metaphor for being transparent with yourself, kind of sitting in your throne, being a little bit cutthroat at times and setting boundaries. But in this illumination of like your truth and your conviction, she's holding the head of a shadow. So this can represent two things in this situation. This can represent needing to like finally lay this situation to rest and almost hold it in like high honor. Like if this isn't like specifically that person that you need to let go of, but it's partially I do feel like the energy of the situation is what you need to let go of. But this can also represent a version of you. It's almost like, even though it's a shadow, it kind of looks like a mask in a way. This could represent needing to open yourself up more, being a little bit more transparent with yourself and allowing a healing to come through, because there's definitely stagnant energy that's occurring. And that's why things are not flowing. Maybe you're holding on to, maybe not guilt, but like insecurities based off of like things that this person said to you or done to you. Almost like it might sound a little brash, but like kind of like a victim mentality to the situation. But it's not meant to be something that you were meant to be a victim of. It was meant to put you in a space of learning and learning how to better understand yourself through the things like every situation in our life, whether it's good or bad, it's there to like teach us something deeper about who we are and how we love ourselves and how we love other people. So with the Knight of Swords showing up, and then you have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, Three of Cups in the reverse, and then what else? The Sun. Yeah, there's a need to clearly communicate something that you're feeling or been hanging on to. Like, I feel like there's something you need to get off your chest. I don't know if it's to that person specifically or just getting this out in general, like through writing or speaking up. If there's like a new person in your life that you have interest in, like just speaking about it. Or this could even represent like going to therapy or something, like speaking about this or talking to a friend about the situation and getting that out instead of holding on to it and holding it within you. Because in a way, it's almost like the sense of abandonment that you might be feeling is more or less like it's highlighting a deeper abandonment of the self. Like the longer that you hold in your feelings about the situation, the more it's only going to eat away at you. And in a way, it's like it's creating a sense of like you abandoning your truth by not speaking up and allowing yourself to be heard and giving yourself that space. But you do have the Sun card, so there is brighter days if you can open up and express about what was going on, or kind of like if it's the conversation that you need to have, whether it be with that person or just somebody new, and opening up about it. I think it's really going to help you to like get that energy out of you. So we have the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups in the upright, and the Emperor in the reverse. The Knight of Wands. The Death card in the reverse. Why is the Death card here in the reverse? Spring cleaning. Yeah, this is all about calling your power back through like opening your throat chakra, getting this energy out of you, and kind of like it's going to help you to almost like clean the space of your mind. I feel like something I like to say is the mind is a garden, and when you spend too much time around situations or people that aren't healthy in their mindset or in how they treat you or even how they treat themselves, that can like bleed into you. If you've ever seen the picture that like floats around where it's like two fruits, there's one fruit that's moldy next to one that's not moldy, and it's like the mold is starting to grow on the other fruit, because it's like, and it talks about how like your environment can really affect who you are. There's very much a sense here that you've been not poisoned, but like negatively affected by the environments that have surrounded you, and there's a need to call your power back through getting this just that like the vines, those seeds, whatever like mindsets or feelings that were kind of imprinted upon you in this situation, really speaking up on it, getting it out of you, and kind of giving yourself a sense of grace so you can create clarity, and then also give you that space to focus on the beautiful things that you do have in your life. And it's even if it's like little subtle things like being happy that the weather's getting nice, or having like a cool pet, or it's anything that you have gratitude for, really being able to like focus on those positive things. But there is very much a need to release these feelings of just negative feelings. It's not like a specific feeling that I'm picking up on. It's just like kind of like static, just stuff that's there that's not really yours to carry anymore. And with that Magician being in the reverse, it's very much like stopping you, first of all, from being able to like manifest new energies and new things in your life. But it's also through not speaking up your truth and kind of getting this energy out of you, you're kind of hanging on to somebody else's karma. And there's a need to call your power back from that situation by just speaking up. I definitely sense like third party energy too. Like it's like it's not even like it could even not even be just like that person's energy that affected you. It's like the things that person was involved with, or the people that person was involved with, created like almost that. It's like what I was just saying with the fruits, how one fruit is moldy, it's next to like a positive one, but now I'm seeing three of them, whereas like you were kind of like in a good position, but then that person was as well, and then something outside of that, like a third party energy, whether it be a person, the workplace, or just an event in general, that affected that person, then it kind of bled off into you. So it's like really not yours to carry anymore. And if you feel like things are moving slow and not growing, then it's very much just because you need to just, the best way to do it is speak up. Like whether, like I said, whether have this conversation with a friend, express your truth, share your story, write it down, anything that you can do to just get that emotion out of you. is really going to help you to move on from this and open up and get this fire back. I feel like it's definitely like a sense of like being cold, like internally kind of cold in the heart space. And you're hoping for that fire to come back. So you got bring love into the situation. Be bold, make the first move. Expect powerful change, and don't let pride get in the way. Why is that there? Balance spirituality and practicality. I feel like the pride thing showing up, because it is a Leo energy, it's fire energy. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Like, and when I say ego, it means like coming back to like feeling like a victim to something, or because when we operate from a space of being a victim to something, then we're kind of giving our power away ultimately. So rather than seeing it as, oh, this person did this to me, or they said this, or they did that, instead of being like salty about it, that's what's like kind of harboring that deeper negative emotion, is realizing that people, whatever they've done or said to you or done through you, was not actually to you. It was actually a reflection of how they feel within them and what they're going through. Everybody only can do the best with what they can and with what they know at the time that they do. And sometimes we have to like be the butt end of that like situation. And it's easy for us to see it as like, oh, this person did this to me and they did that to me. But long before you were there, somebody else or something hurt that person. And then they're just carrying that, and that mold ended up attaching itself to you through that process. So that's what comes back to, like, not letting it affect you, you know?
Okay, Mister. We need to remove some cords from you. These are energetic cords. To pass the people that are, we need to help loosen them so you can release them. And let's tap in and open. So your guides are talking to me, Taryn. They're saying they're trying to kind of push you in a new direction, but you're fighting back a little bit while they're pushing you forward. And I can feel the heart chakra aspect of it. I can feel in the heart chakra where this can be an issue for you. It's like, do I let go of this or do I stay attached to this? And immediately the Two of Swords is popping up. So make a choice. It's just, I'm channeling to make a choice. Try to see what works best for you so you can move forward, and tap in and clear. Immediately what I'm seeing, Taryn, is you like driving. Like maybe just take a little side trip just for a day or two, like a day. I'm hearing half a day, just to get things separated, get a new perspective. Like go to a new place, something you're not used to doing. But out of the old energy of where you're at, because immediately I'm seeing your house out of the old energy of where you're at. So you can move into where you want to be. Yeah. Let me clear this. Let me help loosen these cords. Some of them I need to release, but now. And release and recalibrate light, just like that. They're also saying tap. I'm still working. I don't need my hands. They're saying tap more into your feminine energy, like when, like your inner child when you were a child, not inner child, when you were a child, like into that energy of being a child again, the wonderment, the curiosity, seeing what else is out there for you. Because when I see the past energy, it's like you're hitting a brick wall over and over again. It's like you're hitting this brick wall, but it's like just try to slowly step more into the present so you can be slingshotted into the future. Also, the color yellow would be helpful. People don't talk about that a lot, but different colors affect people in different ways in their auric fields and their body. So the color yellow would be good for you. And release, recalibrate light, just like that. So I'm going to call in the yellow ray now. And release, recalibrate light. There. And clear. Now that's too much energy release from your crown chakra to see it going out like that. Now. And you're going to feel a little loopy. I'm working really fast. And ground. Now, ground. And the body just like that. There. We have 2 more donations, Luca, but let's choose someone that has joined the group. We have Ada and Miss Galactic. Let's choose someone. So if you guys have joined the group recently, which is Angels Among Us in the bio, or have previously joined, let us know. And it is in my bio. It's a Facebook group. We're doing a lot of stuff to help people start to release from depression and other things at this time. So please let us know in the comments if you have. And we're going to choose one of you. So it's up to you.
Interact down below.
Let's get some of those comments going of people that have joined.
Taryn, one last thing too. He was mentioning something about getting out of like your routine, like the same environments, and then immediately, because I kept hearing the word mold, and I was like thinking of like molding like fruits and whatnot. Like break the mold, like the pattern of what you've been doing. That'll really help you. Like get out and say you go to like the same grocery store every week at like a certain time. Like maybe go to a different store at a different time, or like just like little things to shift your like your normal everyday patterns. You'll start to run into like new environments, new people. And it's not even. It's simple. Like if you're going to the same place at the same time, you think about how many other people have like those same patterns and stuff. So you're always in that same kind of pattern of recognition, where if you like jump to a new place and just try something new, or even go like to a different event, like maybe even if you're afraid of going out alone, I found that really helps me too. Even though I'm an introvert, I've been like forcing myself to go out and do things by myself and like try to be extroverted, not to a point where I'm like stressing myself out, but to a point where I'm like, okay, like what am I actually afraid of that's out there, you know? And I've seen a lot of like new opportunities pop up for me through like taking those chances. So I think that'll really help you.
Let's choose Miss Bren Secord.
Hey.
Bren, do you want to come on camera? Yes or no? I just got that message. You can say no. Okay, she's shy. Let me start, Luca. Okay, here we go. Okay, Bren. I'm going to grab my cards, even though I have the same cards he has. But I'll do them a little differently. Okay.
Did you end up getting this deck?
Yep. Boom.
Nice. Do you like it?
Yeah. We use a lot.
Heck yeah.
I got my Marvel deck over there, but it's almost impossible to read.
This one's nice. It's very intuitive.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Let me see what we got. I'm hearing welcome change. Whatever you're doing, you may not feel like you're actually doing it right now, but you are making changes. It is being seen by your higher self and your guides. Those changes are happening for you. Keep moving forward with that. Just keep going forward with that. Number 2, if you start getting stagnant, do something that's going to shake you up. Because to me, this just means they're sitting there in their emotions and wallowing a lot. So if you get stuck, just find a way to really start moving, finding a way to get that energy moving again, whatever that means for you. And when you do that, you're open to all kinds of possibilities around you. You're open to all kinds of different possibilities. There's other things around you that you could be tapping into. You just have to take the chance and ask yourself, ask your higher self, your guide, source, God, universe, where is it I want to go? There's one more. And that will tap you into a whole new thing with the magician. He has so many tools that you can tap into. It's just, which one does he want to use? Let me do a little bit of energy work on you. And here we go. Let's tap in. Immediately your third eye's lighting up. So let's open this up. Open. And release. Negativity, self-doubt, blame. And tap into the heart chakra. Open. Release. Recalibrate light. Just like that. Make sure you're breathing, Bren. Just like that. Let's move into the sacral chakra. Open. Release, recalibrate light. Oh shit, they say open them all. And open all the main chakras now. Open. Thank you. And release. And tap in. Bring in the 7 rays of light now. And breathe. You're going to feel your body heating up, Bryn. Archangel Raziel, that came through really fast. Archangel Raziel, he's like the scribe of God. R-A-Z-I-E-L, R-A-Z-I-E-L. You can look him up. Anyways, and clear. Let's tap into the back. Right there. And we're going to activate your wings. So in between your shoulder blades, there's wings. Let's open and activate. Now, and release. Recalibrate light. Energy is also going under spine. And turn. And there. And turn there. Great, thank you. Clear. Ohio. And light. Every time someone's going to be like, why Ohio? Anyways. There we go. And move into the front. And there we go. Release. And clear aura field. Boom. And light. Thank you. That's Brent. Guys, join our group, Angels Among Us. It's in the bio. We'll be picking random people from there in between paid readings, which are 25, which are in my bio up there. Angel Among Us group is also in my bio. Whew, it's all you, Luca. I'm going to run to the window real quick.
Boom. So this is kind of a deep message. There's like a wound that I'm seeing, and like your deeper subconscious. This is all about like the home sector of I was hearing home sector, but like in your past. So to me, when I see this King of Pentacles in reverse, that tells me there was like a masculine energy, whether it was like a father figure, a brother, a grandparent, or even just could be like a teacher in the younger years, somebody who kind of imprinted a sense of like unfulfillment upon you, and you're definitely feeling this in your life right now, maybe on a deeper level. Maybe if it's around the actual like home space, maybe you're not feeling fulfilled in terms of like your home or just like your material environment. It could be like job, finances, anything like that. But this is all showing up in order to kind of represent a deeper wound it's like a mindset, an illusory mindset that's showing up and kind of getting in the way of you being able to see like the bigger picture, if that makes sense. So I am hearing that there's a lot of new opportunities in terms of like financial opportunities, but also material things, whether it be blessings or like new jobs, new like hitting the lottery or anything like that. Anything that can be a sense of like resources, I guess, in terms of the material. I am seeing that these things are going to come through for you because you do have the victory card here in the outcome of the reading. But to go deeper into this, like this home sector part, I was asking about what this is all about, and I see the 9 of Swords in the upright, which is about anxiety, losing sleep, just spending a lot of time thinking about things that are kind of like it's stressing out about things that are sort of out of your control, but not being able to like overcome that stress. And then you have the Sun card in the reverse and the 3 of Cups. So there's a feeling that there's a lack of like celebrating yourself in this life. Maybe when you had like accomplishments when you were younger, and you were excited about certain things, the people around you, especially the masculine energies, because they didn't feel unfulfilled, weren't able to hold space for that and be excited for you. Or even just like in the recent past, like maybe you find yourself running into people where if you have an opportunity that comes up and you're excited about it, you want to speak about it, and then people almost like project like a negative opinion about it instead of being just like genuinely happy for you. Definitely picking up on that energy, and there's a sense of kind of closing yourself off and not wanting to say as much because of this. And this is all like highlighting this deeper wound that was occurring in these younger years. So I am seeing with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Cups in the reverse, and the 7 of Cups. Let me do one more thing. 2 of Cups. Is this a current relationship? Princess of Wands. Princess of Swords in the reverse as well. There's something that your guys are trying to teach you something. Okay. This is all about communication. It's like communicating your pride within yourself, but like it's a good kind of pride. I feel like there's a need for you to first of all celebrate yourself more and your accomplishments. Give yourself that pat on the back, even though people couldn't do that for you in the past. This is a time of like learning how to do that for your inner child. So the way that I see it is like we have our adult self, and then we have like our inner child, which is we have a shadow child, which is the wounded version of us, and then the authentic child, which is the sun child. The sun child is being like eclipsed by the shadow child aspect of you in this reading. And there's a sense of almost like a fear of opening up and not just celebrating yourself to other people, but celebrating yourself in general because you've been suppressed in the past. Like I said, it all comes back around. So when you open up and you kind of like say good things that are happening to you, people kind of like piss on that parade, or they rain on the parade kind of thing. This energy is all about understanding that people who are miserable, they're not going to clap for you or be happy when you're happy. So first of all, just knowing what kinds of people not to share certain information with, and finding the ones that you can share that information with. And if you don't have anyone in your life you can share your accomplishments with, share it with yourself. Like just like have it with that conversation with your inner child. Like turn inward and be like, hey, like reparent yourself. Be like, hey, like you did a really good job. This is awesome. Like be excited for you, regardless of what other people feel or what they say. As soon as you let somebody's negative opinion affect how you feel about yourself, then you're taking on how that person feels about themselves. So really like guarding yourself from that energy. Not everyone's going to clap for you at the end of the day, and you're going to have haters. But if it feels like things aren't really moving in the right direction or opportunities aren't coming through, I just feel that there's this is a wound that needs to be healed. This is what it's highlighting. Let me do one more thing here for you. There's like a specific metaphor that I feel like is trying to pop through in this energy. It's definitely involving around like especially masculine energies, like people like either if it's not men, just masculine energy in general, being very kind of controlling or not being able to hold that space for the feminine aspect of you. So the Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, you have the Star as well, the Lovers, Princess of Pentacles. You got all 4 princesses in this reading, which is cool. It means you're learning about every aspect of yourself currently. And I feel like this is information you already knew. This reading is more or less just popping up to remind you of where this is all stemming from. So maybe like have like a like I'm hearing nostalgia. Maybe do nostalgic things that like made you happy as a kid, things that you liked to do. Kind of like bring that energy back into your life by like listening to music you used to like, or go and buy certain things that you used to like to buy, and like kind of coming back to that space of like almost treating your inner child as if it's your own kid, and how you would like want that person, that child, to like feel, and like reparenting yourself in that aspect of things, because you're very much learning how to reimagine who you are, and this is going to bring that fire back into your life that I feel like might have been missing for quite a while, and it's going to give you that motivation to really move forward and charge ahead towards new opportunities. It's also going to like help you fill your cup again. I feel in the past you've overextended your energy to people out of kindness that might have been less fortunate than you, but it's like if people only like were happy for you when you were doing something for them, is what I pick up on. But then when something good happened to you, they had something negative to say about it, sort of thing. So there's very much a need to move on from that, like that energy, or people that can't celebrate you. And this is the time to celebrate yourself fully. If people can't celebrate you, it has nothing to do with you. It's everything to do with like the fact that they're just like, misery loves company. They just choose to be miserable, and they don't want to see other people happy, because it's easier to sit with the crowd on a lower level. When you watch somebody elevate and you're living in misery, it's easier to like gang up with everyone else that's miserable and try to pull that person down and distract them from realizing they're on a higher level, and from doing what they need to do, and keeping them engaged in your negativity rather than learning what that person did to elevate themselves.
Okay.
Oh, also, I got to pull 2 of these for you real quick. Work through your fears. Maybe it's a fear of like doing things alone. Prosperity lies ahead, or like a childhood dream, or like something that you wanted to do as a kid, but everybody told you couldn't do it. Time to take action and balance spirituality and practicality, as well as don't let your past hold you back. It's time to shed those layers of that old chapter and welcome in this new you.
Which person are we on? Because I'm moving so fast.
That was right after Taryn, I think.
Okay, that was Brent. So we've got Ada,
Brent,
Galactic, and Emily. So we're gonna do those first. Ada, and guys, please join the group Among Us. It is in my bio. We're gonna hold off donations for a minute here. So next up is gonna be Ada, and I'll let Lucas start with this if he can. I'll jump to the next person first.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Pentacles energy showing up. Ooh, okay. So you're very focused right now with the 8 of Pentacles here. Very focused on your craft, who you are, taking those steps towards not just bettering yourself, but really like really not letting like working on your accomplishments and like building yourself to a higher level. But as you can see here, it's like, check this out. So he has all these pentacles next to him. He's a blacksmith. He comes back to the crafting table. The first time you do something is not going to be perfect, but if you keep doing it, it's going to get better and better as time goes on. So I very much feel like you're focused on this energy, really just figuring out how to like really hone into the most like not just authentic version of you, but the most efficient. That's what I was hearing. Efficient version of you. So you have the 9 of Pentacles showing up, as well as the Star. This is leading you towards material gain and just like a deeper connection to the universe. I feel like this is all about maybe developing your psychic gifts, or developing a deeper sense of how you like channel in this world, or how you can help others through your spiritual gifts, through allowing yourself to be authentic. I feel like you're definitely going to be drawing people towards you that are going to like need help in certain ways, and because you've worked on yourself, you're able to like meet people where they're at, but also help to elevate them to where you're at in this process, and also remain unbothered by the things that are happening around you. It's very much like I'm seeing somebody who's like in this energy. See, it's almost like you focusing on you, even though there's static and just chaos everywhere. You're not focused on the static and the chaos. You have like almost like your own little bubble of positivity and peace, and that's what's gonna draw people towards you. It's like very much being in that unbothered energy, not being afraid to be open through this process. So what do you got coming towards you? Look. Ten of Pentacles. You got massive opportunities coming towards you because of this, as well as new financial gain, more resources, more people that can help you to access higher levels. This is also a message I feel about not just raising your vibration, but because you're putting in the work, like walk away from anything that's not walk away from any like situations or mindsets that might make you feel like you're undervaluing yourself, especially. So we got the, literally I was just talking about undervaluing yourself, and this is all about like not receiving what you're putting out, sort of thing. So you have the Seven of Cups showing up. When I cut the deck, you got the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles. So there is slow growth, but I feel like you're unbothered by that. You're unbothered by like the pressures of the external world, and just really in this energy of honing in, focusing in on who you are. As I said in the beginning of the reading, it's all about like focus and just really like not worrying about like it's overcoming like anxieties. I think in the past, maybe you stressed about how fast things were going or how slow they were going, but I think you're very much in a place of peace. And in this Magician energy, if it's a new home that you're trying to develop or trying to manifest like a new place of work or a new spiritual foundation in your life, this is definitely coming through and it's starting to materialize. Just keep working at what you're working on with that Knight of Wands energy and charging forward with confidence. And then when I cut the deck, I was just talking about foundations. You got the card of foundations. This is about celebration, new foundations spiritually, as well as like it's like a marriage, like a union between you and your higher self. And then give me a final card to tie this off. Strength and the Death card. There's a deeper message in this one. Don't let you already know this, and I think you already like are very good at doing this, but don't let things of the ego stop you from being able to move forward. Like say there's a difference between being confident and cocky, I guess is like the best way to describe that. You already don't do this, but there's a message in it because I feel like you're seeing this in other people around you. You're starting to see people almost like being the loudest that they can and trying to like say so much, but doing it from a place of ego rather than celebrating themselves. It's like almost like a cry for like, hey, I'm actually super lost within myself and I need you to like view me from a certain angle. Like that's the chaos and the static I feel that's going on around you, but you live in that authenticity. So don't let those energies either like affect you, like imposter syndrome, I guess is the best way to describe that. It's easy when you like look at certain things. If someone's saying, like, say you see someone post a Facebook status and they're not talking to you, you can, it's easy to like almost think like, oh, is this about me? Like, or even like when you're on any social media or something, it's like you see something and then because you know that person, if it's like a negative thing, it's like a cry from the ego. It's easy to almost like see that and then like take it on as your own, like, oh, is this about me? Or like kind of thing. Don't worry about stuff like that right now. Just remain focused in what you're doing and let all the static and the noise just kind of dissipate. The more you stay focused, the less that it can bother you. It's time to take action. Step out of your comfort zone. Believe in the impossible, and emotions are running high. And take time to breathe out. When you feel overwhelmed, take a breath, slow down. When you don't feel the fire burning within you, don't force it. But when you feel the fire burning, take action on it. That's what that time to take action card's all about. Is like if you're not feeling the motivation that's there, then don't like try to force the motivation out. Like just allow yourself to go with the flow of energy.
Okay, Miss Ada. Say I accept in your head. As we're jiggling you out of your comfort zone is important. They're saying get among the people. There's things you can teach. You have these past life wounds, like the witch wound, where you've been persecuted. And maybe some things you've seen from your childhood. It's not so much the case anymore. The people you need will be drawn to you. It's just shaking it up a little bit. You've been teeter-tottering on this message, they're saying, for quite a while now, of kind of shifting your perspective into what you could do. They're very happy with all the people you've been helping. They want you to rein some of that energy in for yourself. Because as I'm seeing it, it's like I'm seeing all this energy blasting out. And then when I see you in a room, that energy's blasting out to all these other people. It's taking that drive you have in you and changing it, nuancing it, making it different. You'll connect them with more people that are like-minded. Because I'm seeing like, I don't have a representation. I can use this. So it's like you have a bunch of puzzle pieces all over the place. I don't want to show my license. All over the place. But the point is that you're missing like this piece. Okay? And then you're missing like this piece. It's my bank card. Don't want to show that. And you're just missing some pieces. So you need these people to come into your life. This goes for a lot of people that are actually listening right now as well. Oh, take a chance to see where you want your manifestations to go. Like, take a chance and just walk into it. It's not going to be as hard as you think it is. Because you're in your mind, you're spinning it around over and over again. You're spinning, spinning, spinning. It's like the same thoughts, spinning, 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 spinning. Instead of actually just like a page out of my book, when I do certain things, sometimes I just do them. I don't always understand why I do them. I just do them. But then things just happen. So, but they're talking about really putting into perspective where you want to go and what you want to do. But write it down, visualize it, think about it, and then start taking, because they're speaking like this, start taking action in little steps or bigger steps if you so choose. And let me do some energy work on you. So let me tap in and move into heart chakra. Open, release, recalibrate light. Just like that. And Erafishilaka Rashikala Kishilaka. And clear. They keep going back to herbs. Every time they keep going back to herbs. Like clearing, clearing, clearing. Same clearing over and over again. Clearing, 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 clearing. You have your own way of clearing energy. So it's up to you what you do with that. But you can use those concoctions or however you verbalize it to clear out the energies. This will also help clear out some of these fractals from your past lifetimes that you don't need anymore. And just need to do a little bit of tune up of the spinal cord and the throat chakra. Now and now. Like that. Just like that. Arafishilaka Rashikala Farakishilaka. And Metatron now. And there. Whew. Just gonna thank you, Miss Ada.
It's interesting you said like the word tune up, and then you were talking about like the herbs and clearing out. I was actually right before you said that, I was seeing like somebody getting an oil change in my head, and then I was like trying to dig deeper into what that meant. And it's like in order to get yourself to a destination, you need that engine to run. But it was like focusing on the oil. That's like old oil. So like I was trying to think in terms of like more like the body, maybe do like a cleanse or some type of temporary like dietary change, or like shifting up something that you're consuming. Speaking like just like in terms of oil, like just doing something to focus on like cleaning out like your internal engine, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I think will help you right now.
Thank you, Miss Ada. Next up, and I will start with this. We've got Galactic High Princess and Priestess and Emily. So Miss Galactic, say hello. That's how I wrote it down. I know who you are. I just say hello. Say hello. If you are here. If you are here, Miss Galactic High Priestess. Miss High Priestess. Is she here? She's on my list. She donated a long time ago. I can't double check. I don't have, hold on, I can't with this. Hold on a second. It's good to have all these electronic devices. Where is she at? Hold on. I don't know if I have Cash App. I haven't downloaded it on this phone. I got two phones. Galactic, we will come back to you. So let's do Emily next.
Hey.
Emily, are you here? Emily, are you here? There she is. Okay. Let me take a look at her.
You want to start?
Yeah. Fae and mermaid lineage. Oh, makes sense. Why you're attracted to animals. Okay. So, Emily, immediately why I'm going into this stance is because you have the Western philosophy of spirituality. You have the Eastern philosophies of spirituality. The key here is that within the Eastern philosophies, there's more about tapping in, looking within, taking the time for the breath work, and especially when you're having these bouts of stress or rage, because I'm seeing in your auric field, there's times where it's just the rage is just boom. And they're talking about taking that time to go within and look at what's causing that rage or sadness or hopelessness to come up, because there's usually a core wound as to why that's happening, and really to look at where you can move into next, like with that. Why is it happening? You have higher connections with like galactic sources. So that would be vegans, number one. I don't know much about vegans, but it's VEGANS with vegans and with Arcturians. There is
vegans.
Lifetimes. Do what?
Did you spell it vegans like VEGANS?
It's spelled like that, I believe.
Oh, word.
Who knows what they're called? But I think that's how they're called. They're actually, it's VEGANS. Yeah, that's it, with an A. Vagans.
Mm.
I don't know much about them. Anyways, there's so many starseeds. There's like thousands of different races. But also with Arcturus, there's a lot of species in the Arcturus constellation. So, but they're primarily going to the ones I'm more familiar with, which are the green and blue ones. You can look up Arcturians as well, and the Vegans with an A instead of the E. And we're going to tap into your heart chakra right now. Tap in and open, like so, and release. We need to upgrade your central cortex. Explain. So we have like computer, kind of looks like computer control systems within us. That's what they're talking about. Because when I look at it the way I would see it with my psychic sight, I'm seeing like some wires are like not in the, like they're out of place, they're out of alignment. So I need to realign these. This is going to help blood flow as well as your meridian lines of energy coming through. And tap in. You're going to feel heat in your back, just like that. You'd be excellent at like higher levels of spirituality. They keep showing, I don't need my hands to work. They keep showing me like, it's not a higher form of you. I want to call it that, but it's not a higher form of you. What I keep seeing is you like draped in these fluorescent robes. And there's like lights coming around your hands. You could be doing, so this is connection with your higher self, but also other lifetimes, your other past lifetimes. But you'd be these higher levels of, and I'm not trying to sound whatever. I know people say egotistical, whatever, fuck it. The point is that higher level spiritual work. I need to keep repeating that. Higher level spiritual work, higher level spiritual work, meaning that you can affect people on a much more cosmic level than a lot of other spiritual workers could. It's up to you whether you use that for good or not good, depending on what your verbiage or meaning of that is. But I need to help activate some of these protocols within your system. And now tap in. Whoever's trying to tap into me, stop it, because I'm about to throw you into Ohio. And now, it wasn't you, Emily. And release, recalibrate light. You may feel your body heating up. You may feel it getting cold in different locations. Man, that's wild. I'm not used to seeing that. And this all fire shooting out of your palms. And that's why they're talking about controlling, well, why I'm seeing controlling the rage in the auric field, because it can affect other people around you sometimes. It's not anything to be afraid about, but it can affect other people. So just be careful of that. I can do that too. So can Luca. So can, like, there's other people that can do that. But our energy can affect others around us depending on our mood sometimes. So we have to try to keep ourselves grounded in our earthly body. And there. And release, ground, disconnect. Boom. Make sure you get some water after that and some food. That's a lot. It's a lot of energy.
I was seeing the I was seeing the same thing you were. It was like a whitish blue, like almost like robes in a way, but like her energy was inside. It was like a chrysalis, like a cocoon sort of thing, like a spiritual like chrysalis when I shut my eyes. And it's interesting because one of the cards that came out was this, as you were saying, something about robes, but it came out in upside down. This is about shortened force, but in the reverse with the Knight of Swords right here, it's about communicating not just your story, but also your communication and expressing yourself and like kind of it's the way out not only out of your own mind like by speaking up and kind of giving people a sense of hope but also speaking up and sharing your story and who you are and finding this like confidence in yourself is very much not just how you kind of get out of your own headspace by talking and whatnot but also like allowing because I was seeing that like chrysalis even though it was like whitish blue it was like a crystalline cocoon, but it was like melting, like kind of like a cryogenic like chamber, like almost as if you're like coming to life, like unfreezing like a body or something like that, like the spiritual body. Was definitely what I was picking up on. This is definitely a time for you to really commit to yourself and to commit to perceived shortcomings, like committing to finding confidence in your story and not like falling back into old ways of thinking, falling back into old patterns of communication or falling back into old patterns of like the types of people that you allow in your life. I'm gonna go farther into this here, but this is all about using your voice, like expressing messages, expressing your story, allowing that to kind of dig yourself out of whatever like almost mental or spiritual hole that you might have been in the past, which you very much have been doing. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. This is about growth, new beginnings, kind of using that fire from within. This is crazy. I'm seeing like coming back to that chrysalis thing is like imagine if you were surrounded in like ice, but it's melting because that fire within you, you're tending to yourself, like tending to that fire within, which is that like wands energy, that passion and that confidence. Confidence is very much a fire energy, like allowing that energy to kind of burn from within and it's going to melt the layers on the outside, allowing you to kind of transform and open up into this new version of you. I see you stepping into like a higher calling and a higher purpose, but there is a need to look at how far you've come with the Seven of Pentacles here. It is a card about material things, but I'm not picking up on the idea of material success. This can be more about your like emotions in terms of like where you feel like you're at on your journey. Less about the material stuff. I don't think you really care as much about those things, and I think you're good on those fronts, especially with the King of Pentacles showing up here. But your higher self is showing through. This is more about how like being afraid to express with the Knight of Cups, expressing being afraid to not just love yourself, but also to like to be in love. You know what I mean? I think that's part of why when I say in love, it doesn't just mean like specific people. I mean just like in love with life, in love with your story, in love with your path and like passion and your purpose and such. There's very much a need to look at how far you've come, like I said, with the Seven of Pentacles and give yourself that pat on the back, but also there's messages in that, like looking over your shoulder in a way. And instead of feeling, because it's easy to look behind you and to look at your life and be like, okay, I'm not quite where I want to be. But it's when you feel that way, it's easy to get sucked into that feeling and almost feel like you're unfulfilled rather than feeling that unfulfillment, kind of looking at how far you've come, seeing all that space between you and when traumas occurred in your life and allowing that to give you a sense of like refreshment. I keep getting this like this fire from burning within kind of thing to like melt down like the layers of ice either around your heart or around your this version of you that's trying to be born. And it's definitely like a spiritual thing. So you have the Four of Pentacles, and this is all self-value related to. I just saw the Six of Cups, the Star, and the Four of Wands. Nice. And the Magician. Sweet. So Eight of Cups in the reverse. Why is that's a bit of a curveball? Give me 1 second. Why is this showing up in reverse? The Death card. Okay. There is no true void within you. When you look at the outside world, this is actually tapping into a recent reading that I did with you, coming back to it. but this is like in the past, you very much looked outside of yourself for that like validation, that recognition. But I'm very much seeing that that was like meant to be a part of your story, to where it felt like it's like when you're surrounded in ice and that like crystalline kind of like vibe, almost like shielding yourself from the world, or like shielding a version of you from the world out of fear. It can feel like there's an emptiness within you, but really it's like I keep hearing that fire within thing is like when you focus inward and you focus on finding confidence in your story and finding confidence in who you are and expressing through that version of that, like of you, that confidence. This is where that death card comes through, and you begin to realize that although you are your own individual, you're no different than anyone else. And it's like shedding those layers, allowing that, like it's by completely devoiding yourself of any type of like ego. When I say ego, it means like your like negative perception of you or negative perception of others, really looking at the divine mirror of everything and understanding that we're all bones in the ground at the end of the day, and we all have like a perspective of life, and giving yourself that space to like peel back those layers, you come to a more spiritual sense of living. And in that spirituality is where you begin to develop this new version of you, which then you can allow to unfold. This void that you felt within you was meant to, it was meant to like, it's like the more that you like sought outside of yourself to fill that void, the more it made that void feel bigger. But that's like your unconscious mind, its way of like getting bigger and bigger until you eventually have to look at it, until you have to look that darkness in the eyes and like and accept it and be like, okay, like it's like the further you run into the same cycle in life, eventually like you realize, okay, like this is only getting worse and worse. And I feel like you very much have been at that space recently, but you're starting to accept yourself. And because you're starting to accept yourself, that's why this fire is starting to burn within you again, and it's leading you into your purpose. So really just focus on like grounding out. I know Thomas was just saying something a second ago about how a lot of us can affect how other people like feel and whatnot, and needing to ground out, like really being aware of that space within you, grounding out in it. Don't worry about seeking what you need to do with the information that's coming up. You'll know like what steps to take as long as you're listening to that fire within you, as long as you're listening to that desire to help others not have to feel the way that you felt in your life. That's where you start to like find healing in it and such. And really it'll lead you directly into your purpose, even if you don't know what it fully is, which I think to a part of you do. But this is all about like accepting yourself and helping others to learn how to accept themselves. So it's a time to give rather than take. You are good enough. Nothing is yet set in stone. Your commitment to yourself is being tested. I was just talking about like committing to your confidence, like committing to who you are and committing to your story. No longer living in the timeline of being a victim and becoming victorious over it. It's time to release negativity. I think your story is more powerful than you give yourself credit for, and you're going to help a lot more people than I think you believe that you were going to help, because you were focused so much on that void within. But now that you're not focusing on that, you're putting love into it. You're starting to see that fire start to burn, and it's reflecting in the world around you.
Luca, I think we're going to be here for a minute, so be prepared.
I'm cool with that. It's only 12, so.
Yeah. Galactic High Priestess, when you join us, please let us know. Please. I know who you are. If not, I'll hold you over till next time. I might give her a second to see if she's still here. You're more than welcome, Miss Emily.
Ian, what up?
Okay.
Thank you, Emily.
I know she's in another country, so she probably just tapped out. So I might just hold her over. I'll message her later. I can't do it with all my phones and stuff. We're gonna do Renee next. That's Facebook. Ian and Trisha. So Renee is next. You want to start with that one?
Sure.
And then I'll start with Ian.
You said Renee.
Yeah, Renee.
Cool.
It's on Facebook. And guys, we have a whole group, Angels Among Us, in our bio. We're going to be going live there as well, at least once a week. And as well, we're live on TikTok at the same time. So let us know. You never know what's going to happen with this app. If you want to keep in contact with us, Give us a follow. Angels Among Us.
So there's a lot of focus on. Okay, so you have the devil card in your mindset right now. And like basically all around you, surrounding you, especially in your past energy, is a lot of pentacles and like conflict around pentacles. So I don't know if this is like a workplace situation that you feel either stuck in, or there's a lot of drama and conflict that's occurring. But if it's not the workplace, it's just in general, there's like environments that you're within where there's a lot of like conflict and like misplaced anger, misplaced passion, misplaced fire, disputes, arguments, just drama ultimately. But this is like a foundational thing. This is all, rather than focusing on the negativity of it and focusing on like the feeling of being stuck in it or kind of caught in between it all, understand that this is actually it's an illusion. It's all representing like a deeper conflict that's occurring within you, and I'll dive into that and figure out what it is. But I think it has to involve around your strength to stand up for yourself and stand up and to like and move yourself into an environment that's like more fitting for you ultimately. So I also get that you're seeing through illusions right now too. You're starting to like understand, like you're beginning to understand this to a degree, but you're hyper focused on the energy, possibly thinking about moving away from it because it's just creating more problems than not. I feel like it's starting to affect you like emotionally, if not like emotionally, more like when I say like it doesn't mean like making you like upset, but it could just like be bringing down your vibe and your aura. So we get the Six of Cups showing up, the Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Victory card, cool, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this deeper wound that it's reflecting is a lot of people getting a lot of deep like home sector like readings here tonight. So like I think you were just used to like maybe in your younger years being in environments like you just got used to dealing with drama and negativity and being around people that were always arguing or always like bringing conflict into your life, and you got comfortable with it. But I think at this phase in your life, there's like a deeper calling within you. Like this Ace of Cups is showing up here and the Fool right behind this. There's a desire for more, for like better relationships, better like emotions that are flowing out of you and to you, like more new opportunities, being able to open up and be a little bit more like kind of like free flowing, like more inner child, like that, like naive but not naive, like being able to be open and not afraid, but knowing when to set boundaries. You also have the Ace of Swords here. So in this energy, there is a need for you to be clear about moving into what might feel like it's like drama and conflict probably felt comfortable for you for a long time because that's what you were used to in your younger years, and you just kind of, once you get used to something, it becomes comfortable. But I think that you're starting to get into a space in your life where what was once comfortable is now becoming uncomfortable. And the reason for this is because you're being called into like a new version of you, like a new way of living, with the Queen of Cups showing up here and the Queen of Pentacles. This is all happening because there's a desire to not just master your emotions, and you're also seeing a reflection. The reason it's getting uncomfortable is because you're getting better at like loving yourself, getting better at like allowing yourself to grow emotionally, to be more authentic, and also in your material world, really getting yourself to a place of stability, higher sense of self-value. And because you're getting there, that's why things are getting uncomfortable, like the drama and the conflict, because you're starting, it's that energy no longer resonates with you because it's an old version of you. So if you're feeling like you need to move away from certain environments or things, this energy is showing up to remind you that, like, yes, that feeling is a real thing. Things are going to shift quickly once you make that decision to move out of those spaces. Or if you can't currently just move away from those spaces, this is about reminding yourself that instead of focusing on the conflict and negativity, just like kind of realize it's happening and accept that it's happening, but also like understand that through that acceptance is when you start to be like, okay, like like this is happening, it's here. If as soon as you stop allowing it to affect you emotionally, then the universe will like respond. It'll be like, okay, you're no longer claiming that this is a part of who you are. Detachment, exactly, yes. It's like when you claim energy, then the universe is like, okay, like you feel this inside, so now we're going to give you more of this feeling, rather than like when you can recognize what's happening around you and be like, this isn't me, this doesn't resonate with me, then the universe is okay, we're going to bring you something. Does this resonate with you? How about this? Like, and it gives you new opportunities you can take chances on. But the reason why things seem a little bit just like uncomfortable and dramatic right now is because, like I said, you're no longer, this new version of you just doesn't care for that like whack energy. I guess that's like the best way to describe it. Look, you got the death card. It's about ending things. You've been really doing a lot of work on yourself and pulling back these layers and healing ultimately, like the inner child. And you're just not resonating in the same spaces anymore. So I definitely would say start taking action on moving into, like, asking yourself, what spaces do you like when you think of your ideal environment, that not just like that you live in, the ideal friends, the ideal partner, the ideal workspace. Like when you ask yourself that, um, write things down. Be like, okay, this is the ideal work environment. This is what would make me feel happy. Like no drama, no conflict, people that respect me, like more money kind of thing. Like just all those simple things. Write those down and just remind yourself of those things every day, almost like a vision board, and start to manifest that. You have a star. Look, yeah, because you're ready to align with who you really are. You've peeled back all those layers and let endings occur in these old masks that you've worn. Like, because it's definitely a sense of you've had to like, because you were so used to conflict and drama growing up, there was a need to like you develop protection strategies like masks that you wore in order to be comfortable in certain environments and to just deal with them. But those are kind of, after you wear a mask for so long, like a Halloween mask, it's eventually going to fade and it's going to no longer fit and it's going to get gross and old. And you're not going to want to wear that anymore. You're going to want like a new version of you. And I very much feel like this is where you're at. So like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with yourself, but also to the world. Open up and start to bring in new things because the universe is trying to guide you into new opportunities. And that's why just things feel a little bit like just whack and chaotic. That's the best word I can describe. Just whack, just like being like, ugh, like I'm not down for this anymore. You're just tired of living that same character now. You want to like embody a new version of you. So you got luck is on your side. The answers you need are coming. It's Gemini energy. If you have Gemini in your chart, like your natal chart, I would look into what those houses mean that it's in. And then take time to breathe out, and communication is key. It's time for new. Time for new.
Okay, Mr. Renee. Say I accept, if you don't mind, in your head. I have to help you awaken. I keep seeing a rose opening. You also had a past life as a Rosicrucian. I'm going through so many things so fast. You can look up what a Rosicrucian is, but you've had a past lifetime as a Rosicrucian. But this is more about you tapping into the available spiritual space within you. Because when I look at the energy container within you, it feels a bit depleted. So I have to raise this battery level up. I have to raise it up. So let's tap in. Michael, you're going to feel heat on your back, Renee, now. Arafishilaka rashikala farakishilaka. And angels come to me. Thank you. Feed me more energy. And move into heart chakra. Open. Got to be gentle with this. We have to recode. Reconnect all chakras. Main ones. Boom. Release self-doubt, limiting beliefs. within organic system channeling. It may feel like there's like energy coming out of your crown chakra because it's going through the brain. Like so. Coming out. Remember to breathe, dear. I keep hearing organite. It'll help ground you. So people that are psychic tend to work from their third eye and their crown chakra a lot. But I've said this in many readings before, it's moving into these other chakras within your body, like the heart chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, the root, the throat chakra specifically. I think Luca talked about speaking. Luca, didn't you talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So let's tap into there. Blue.
What that throat do?
And open. And tap in. Fushiraka Raki Shiraka Raki Shiraka Raki Shiraka. And clear. I see you, motherfucker. Ohio. Go. And there we go. It was a thought form of memories past. So these memories can turn into an actual form of thought. And they become a thought form. It's almost like they're alive, but they're not. And it's gone now. And behind her, close that door. And light. The auric field gently. Thank you. Angels to her. Let me out a little bit. You're going to feel your body heating up. So a lot of people that are attracted to spirituality have these wounds from their past lifetimes. I've been killed. I've had all kinds of things done to me. And just sporadically in all of our lifetimes, we have different ones. Not all of them, but different ones. Because immediately I saw you on a table and getting stabbed. Interesting. Soul fractal. Soul fractals from that lifetime, so we need to clear it. Now, clear, and bright through the aura, green, yellow ray, and release, recalibrate light. Calm. Kitty cat. Calm. And ground. Boom. Something I'm not seeing. Give me a second. Vibrancy. Oh, thank you. Cross that over. Go. Different pathway than Ohio. Azrael. Grabber. Thank you. Whatever that is. You gonna fight with her? Okay. And Metatron. There we go. Not you, Renee. And light. Angels descend. There. And Christ, Jesus, step in. Thank you. Easier. Light. Out. There. And light. There. Disconnect. Fuck. And bring in the golden ray. Feminine. There. Boom. Hello, Susie. And disconnect. Thank you, Miss Renee, on Facebooky. And guys, please join our group, Angels Among Us. It is in my bio. Thank you for 40,000 likes. Maybe we can push it to 50 or 60 if we get lucky. Next up is Ian. Ian. I'm going to go first. I feel like I need something else. Give me a second.
Do your thing.
Choices, my friend. Choices to make. Choices to make. Choices to make.
That's all life
I
is.
feel like I covered this on the last reading. Choices to make, my friend. Choices to make. Choices to make. You're being a little brash, man, so go with me here. I say, are you happy in the energy that you're in? You need to be more in this template of receiving. In the receiving template. Instead of giving so much of yourself in your current environment, open more to receiving. Like I see this energy ball in you and it keeps changing colors. Like black, red, it's like rage. I can't take it out, but I can definitely change the color of it. And let's turn it into power. Now, you're going to feel this in the chest, blue. Cosmic Empress, are you Galactic High Priestess? I'm not sure. And clear, recalibrate light. Guys, see if you can push us to 50K likes, please. And just tap on me or Luca. And release. They have this message for so many people lately about their health. It's not about your health, but it's about what you're ingesting. So Ian, like I've stopped, like I'm eating all this healthy shit. And I'm okay with it. I didn't think I would be. I still have time to go out and eat hot dogs when I want them. But for the most part, it's like ingesting more healthier foods. It's going to help you process faster. Lemurium. You're talking about your past life. Interesting. So right now, whatever your intuition, I have not used these cards in forever. Whatever your intuition is, trust it. There's going to be a lot of information coming in. It almost feels like it's overwhelming. There's going to be a lot of information coming in, but it feels very overwhelming. Trisha, I have no way to check. That's the problem. Oh, Trisha, I know you are. You're on the list. Two of Swords, Emperor. Whatever this thing is you're thinking of building, start building. Wherever the idea is coming from within you, Yeah. This is where, yeah, that's right there. That's right there. Going beyond normal. All those are ideas. So the best ideas are in the graveyard, Ian, because no one ever did them. Not saying anything's going to happen to you. I'm just saying that the best ideas are in the graveyard. Take it, run with it, whatever it is. It may not be fruitful at first, but it'll start to work itself out. And a lot of people, Ian, right now are really stuck in their minds. And it's intuition. So when I look at this card, read it. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. But look at her head, right where her third eye is. It's really connecting in with that soul essence of you. That soul essence of you. They're saying so you can breathe again. It's not physically, that's like, so there's like a breath of fresh air. It's going to shake you up. It's going to be discombobulating at first. But you'll learn how to handle the energy. So, Ian, I can only resonate with something I would say that I've experienced in this matter is that, like, when I first did this thing where I bring people to talk to angels and stuff and clients, when I do that, it knocked me out, man. And even going so far to try to heal loads and loads of people, I would always go back to center afterwards when I woke up. So I'm telling you that because with yourself, whatever this idea is, it may be a lot at first, but your bodies and your mind and your soul will become accustomed to it. Yeah. And there. And release, recalibrate, light. Boom. There. Yeah, I know. Water, everyone. Water, everyone. Oh.
Get a banana. That potassium. Okay, Ian. So it was interesting he mentioned something about consuming, because one of the first cards that came out when I was like pulling cards, you had the Magician in the reverse. Usually that means feeling disempowered, but I think in this case for you, it's more about feeling like out of place. Like you feel not disempowered, but you don't feel like the energies around you or within you are like your energies. You feel maybe a little bit I wouldn't say lost is the right word, but like you just feel like off kilter, off center. So I started writing down words that were coming through my mind. Also, if you're feeling a lot of anxiety or overthinking about certain things, this is right now. One, it could be related to like the things you're consuming. He mentioned something about food and like what you consume. It could also be like when consumption doesn't just have to mean like physical like food. It can also be what type of content you're consuming, what type of conversations you're consuming or like investing in, and like what emotions and things that people tell you you're consuming. Like when I say consume, like say somebody says something negative to you or does something to you that doesn't feel the best, when you like hold on to the feeling of what it makes you feel, that's a way of like consuming energy. So what I was picking up on, I actually had to pull out the notepad and start writing stuff down. I was hearing the word spiritual kitchen. Everything that you're feeling in terms of like anxiety right now or weird feelings, just feeling off, it's not your energy. And actually the reason this is all happening and that you're feeling these things is to actually empower you to turn that magician into the upright. If you're like losing sleep or just overthinking certain people or situations in the past, or even if it's like you being afraid to take a step towards something, this is all about like learning how to alchemize energy. So although you might not be feeling the best way that you want to feel, or you might be like picking up on other like people's emotions and stuff like imposter syndrome, I was hearing that word spiritual kitchen and like trying to think of what it means. So he was mentioning or I mean, not what he was mentioning, coming back to the out of place feeling that I was speaking on. I started channeling other words that came through, and then I heard mise en place, out of place. So in culinary school, mise en place is actually, it's a culinary term. It means everything in its place. So the whole idea of that is prep work. It's the idea of like, if you want to create something that's satiating, like a really good meal or something like that, and instead of thinking like actual physical food, like think more about like your energetic, like your energy and what you're trying to create in life. Everything in its place, mise en place. Like you need to do the prep work for it. I think that there's, as he was saying, there's an idea or something that you've been wanting to build upon or building. Oh shit! So you already know. Yeah, you get it. That's interesting why I was coming through. So yeah, like there's prep work that's needed. Even if this could mean a physical thing too, like maybe spend more time cooking like better meals or like in the kitchen or just in terms of the consumption thing, that'll help you and like energetically get back to a better space. But I think this is more about like what you're trying to build and create in your life, regardless of like what's happening to you in the kitchen, like everyone else's chaos, what they're thinking about how you're investing in yourself and whatnot, not worrying about the rest of the kitchen. It's like being the prep cook of your spiritual life and of your reality, kind of being like in your own little station, getting everything set up so that once it comes down to like actually putting it together and cooking it is you know that you have everything like at the right time. And that's what the magician energy is all about. The magician is able to manifest because he gets everything ready that he needs. He gets his emotions in check. He gets his thoughts in check with the sword. He's in his garden, like in his place where, like at the crafting table. He's got his wand, which is his fire, his creativity. Then he's also got the pentacle, which is like the resources that he needs. So you have everything that you need. Essentially, it's just right now it's about taking what you have, looking at the resources, internal and external, that you have available to you, and becoming the magician, figuring out, okay, like let's put everything in its place. Like what do I need for this recipe or for this thing I'm trying to create, for this like new mindset, this new job, this new like creative endeavor, whatever it is in your life you're trying to create, really working towards that, getting what you need and like getting down to the basics, like really coming to that space. And regardless of the chaos around you, as I said, kind of coming in circles on right now on the same thing. So I'm gonna go deeper here with this. But intuition, he was just mentioning your intuition. You got the High Priestess in reverse. You're farther along than you think you are. You're not listening to your angels. And when I say angels, it's like the signs. You're listening to those intuitive senses that you have, not seeing the signs and everything that's occurring. Maybe there's a party that's second guessing things. That could be a little bit like a left brain mentality, like trying to look at things with too much logic. There is a need to kind of open up a little bit more to a more expansive way of thinking, so that you can allow like the synchronicities to begin to work their magic for you. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Knight of Wands. See the World, as well as, yeah, you're farther along than you think you are. I think it's just like anxieties from past relationships or past situations that you're kind of releasing yourself from, that you're still slightly thinking about, but everything's a program and a process. No need to beat yourself up for decisions you made in the past, or even for thinking about people or things that kind of pop up that you know aren't good for you and such. This is about to create a new cycle in your life. You have to like plant a seed, and that seed has to grow its roots. And you're in that process of allowing it, like the roots to begin to like form, so you can start to like bloom and blossom. It's like that seed is just about to poke through the earth, but right now it's about like being in that space. And just like letting yourself kind of like dig into like that, your station, coming back to that kitchen mindset, like digging into that space within your own and getting everything ready, like just prepping yourself for these new changes that are coming through for you. It could also be a new relationship in the future, and that's why there's very much a need to like let the chaos of the outside things and the old version of you kind of just dissipate. I think it's heavily based around like emotional stuff from past relationships that didn't work out. But and the reason I say this is because that Two of Cups showed up, but you also have that King of Cups. There's some emotional things that you're still working through. That's okay. Like show yourself grace. or even like coming back to that like kitchen thing, I keep getting that mindset, like spending more time on specific meals, like maybe like get more creative, try some new things and spend more time in the kitchen, because what you put in, like you already know, like food cooking is love. That's like the biggest thing I learned in culinary school, is like the love that you put into your food, and then you consume that, you get everything from that. So I think this the message that everyone can take into is like the more time that you spend putting love into what you're creating, especially in terms of like what's nourishing your body, that's like putting better fuel in you, is going to really help. And I think it'll help you get into that process of, like I said, that mise en place, everything in its place kind of thing. Like just like prepping. Look at this. You got the star card showing up. This is your destiny. The ideas that you've been having with that Ace of Swords, you're supposed to take action on these things, but you're still working through letting go some of this baggage from the past. Thankfully, not a carrot. You're still letting go of some baggage and stuff. In that process, it's like the only way to know what to let go of is to figure out what you actually need. Like, say you have an idea, I want to do this in my life. Okay, what do I need to get there? Like, that's the magician mindset. What things do I need in order to craft this reality that I want? And then everything else that's there that you don't need, those are the things that are just the extra wands that you're carrying, the extra weight that is like that you need to let go of. So if you don't know what things you need to let go of right now, that's okay. It's just a matter of, okay, figure out what you do need, and then you'll be able to identify what you don't need, and it'll give you that space to open up. And a lot of this is just emotional stuff. Like I said, it's like anxiety and like fear and overthinking of roots and stuff you're cutting away that's from like other people and past situations, but you're very much blooming into something new here. So embrace that. What do you need to release? What was I just talking about? A fiery climax approaches. Don't let pride get in the way. And expect powerful change. When the don't let pride get in the way card, that's coming back to the aspect of yourself that cares about what other people think about you. Don't worry about that aspect of things. That doesn't matter. Stay. And actually, I was just talking about, wow, I was seriously just talking about that in the beginning of this with like you say, like the idea you're working in a kitchen, everyone's working to make that like final result. But like if you're the prep cook, like not worrying about if you're not pushing things out at a certain rate that they need or whatever, and like what they think about you, just being in your space and doing what you do on your time. Do it in your timeline, and don't let like the feelings and thoughts of other people affect your flow.
Whew. I'm just regrounding myself. Thank you, Mr. Ian. Disconnect. Guys, if you could please like the live. I see Brandy and Jessica just doing a storm of likes. Some of you could join in. Let's get to 50, 60, 70. Next up, we have Trisha. Then we have Gail. I'll probably close off the list. Okay, so Trisha is next. Trisha. You go first, my friend. I'm still getting my energy back.
Cool.
It was like hour 4 on live today.
Okay. So you're seeing a brighter aspect of things. There's something you're letting go of. If you haven't let go of this quite yet, it's definitely something tied to your emotions, like heartbreak or just insecurities. Could be a past relationship or just a situation that's not serving you. You have the Hangman that's showing up. So you're rooting yourself in a new perspective here and kind of starting to, I see like a little kid, like, yeah, like getting excited, you know what I mean? Like shaking, like with excitement, like yeah, good anxiety. I definitely sense that this energy is coming through for you. If it doesn't feel that way quite yet, it'll start to feel that way once you release whatever. It's like once you let go, I think there's a need for surrender here because you've been through a journey. And in this journey, you've dealt with a lot of conflict. But the reason that conflict is showing up for you is because you've elevated yourself. And your guides have helped to elevate you. So with this 2 of Swords being in the reverse here, although it might feel like things are at a stalemate or stagnant, things are moving in a certain direction. The only reason that it feels like things might be, kind of stale is because you're no longer allowing this energy in your life. You're done feeding into the drama, into the conflict. You're done worrying about what the crowd thinks and what they want and what they want to do. Coming back to what I was speaking about earlier, um, about like when people don't want you, when people are too lazy to elevate themselves, it's easy for everyone to be miserable together and to like go after the people that are elevated just to keep you distracted and engaged in their bullshit while you have this whole world behind you of opportunities that you could be focused on. So it's like you're already kind of on the move into that direction, and the voices are starting to clear and the conflict is starting to like subside because you're choosing you this time. And because of that choice within yourself, you're kind of coming out of the other of the woods. And it might, like I said, it seems stale and stagnant, but the only reason for that is because it's quiet. There's not as much like bullcrap happening because you're not accepting it anymore, and you're starting to accept that you're elevated, and people just don't like that. But in this process, you're going to find those people that are meant to be around you. So what can you expect? What else do you need to know? Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. You're moving into a space in your life where people are no longer leaving you in the dark. And this is because it's like you're going to meet more people that express how they feel. I think maybe in the past you got a lot of anxiety in certain environments or in like relationships or friendships, and it's like you took on a lot of anxiety because people didn't express how they felt. And this could also be a reflection of maybe where you were afraid to express how you feel. But as you move away from this and you're learning how to heal and start to get into this Empress energy, really like mastering yourself and your emotions and not being afraid to open up, you're going to start running into people that when they feel something, they say something, or when they need to speak up about something, they speak up about it rather than like just leaving you in the dark and then constantly leaving you in a space of wondering and like anxious and, oh, did I do something wrong? Or and then like becoming like a people pleaser because of it. You're very much moving into these new mindsets where you're no longer letting imposter syndrome pull through on you and seeing past illusions. So we got Queen of Swords, Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, leadership energy. I'm picking up on like you've always known you were a leader, and this could potentially be why people brought conflict and drama into your life, but I think you're starting to really accept that role in your relationships in your life, that people see you that way, and you're starting to use it. Like you're moving forward in confidence with it, knowing that like you're meant to kind of be the one to take control of situations and take charge. And rather than sitting back and hoping for changes, like with the Queen of Swords here, you're like, as you move forward, your biggest weapon against inaction, immobility, like stagnancy, is going to be speaking your truth, your conviction, like being the one to be the leader, taking action. If you feel like there's a fault in a foundation, speaking up and pointing it out, saying, hey, like not being afraid to express and be like, hey, this is going on, like this, like calling shit out as it is, you know what I mean? Like, and not being afraid to be a little bit cutthroat about it. Or in the past, maybe like you were afraid to speak up and say certain things to certain people, but I think you very much are starting to understand that if you want quick change to occur in your life, you have to like not suppress yourself. Like if you see somebody's doing something, you say something, and like not always out of a place of like trying to like put that person down, but to show them like maybe where they aren't aware of themselves, especially if it's people that you're involved with that you're trying to build a legacy with, whether it be like the workplace or like creative endeavors and such. Like you're destined for wealth and for greatness, but there's kinks in the hose sometimes, and you got to be the one to like, instead of hoping that the water flow is just going to like unkink that hose, you got to kind of unravel it sometimes, be the one to like identify the kink and pull it out and such. So you and your loved ones are safe. Surrender to the divine. Work through your fears. You're very close to achieving your goal. You are good enough. Yeah, I feel like there's a specific person, maybe something's been going on. Maybe you've been afraid to say something to this person or remove yourself from their sphere. Like maybe it's a physical safety thing or a like worrying just in general. Like there's a sense of like if I speak up to this person or like say something that it's gonna like put me in harm's way. You're protected. Don't worry about that aspect of things. Whoever this is, or whatever the situation is, it's devaluing you as a person, slowly but surely, like trying to chip away because they see that leadership energy in you and they don't want you to see that within yourself. And I think you're starting to understand that. And that's where you're starting to get this feeling of like, let's speak up, like, let's do it. So I think this is the time to take that action, and you've been needing that message to like move forward and really own that aspect of you. Know that you're protected, and this person, their devaluing of you does not like represent who you are. It represents how they feel about them and the lack of value they feel within themselves, and the value that you have triggers them. So let this be like a lesson to show you how like you naturally kind of like irritate people, I guess, in a way. Like you irritate the darkness that's within them because you just shine and you're just good at what you do. Own that shit.
Okay, Miss Empress. Some of this going to piggyback. They want me to do the energy work for a week. Okay. What he said. They want me to hammer the nail home. Okay, here we go. Okay, Miss Empress. Why are you hiding, Miss Empress? Why are you hiding? We want to see a picture of your face. I'm channeling. So let's tap in. Strip away the chains that bind her. These are mental chains. They're not figurative chains. Now, Rashikala Furakila Shukla Farakishilaka Rishilaka Furaki. And release, recalibrate light. Damn, angel armor came on strong. And move in. When the going gets hard, you have to keep pushing. Like what I'm seeing is this rope tied to your foot, but the rope can be cut. You have to cut it. It's like memories, things from the past pulling you backwards. This is not your present course of action or your future. Ultimately, you decide where it is you want to go. You just have to decide that you wish to move forward. And light. Vortex is interesting. It's been a while since I've done that. Vortexes now. Move around. Clear energetic field. Like so. You're fighting a little bit, Miss Trisha. And clear. Hello, Anubis. And yeah, Bianca. Boom. You're going to feel that right here. Just taking my time. Chakra, ding. Heart, ding. Solar plexus, ding. Sacral, ding. Root, found it. Throat, third eye, crown. Thank you for joining the team. And clear, especially in the back. So the back to me with you, Trisha, with you, is symbolizing the past. So when I move into the front, a lot of it's very light, but when I move into the back, it's muddier. It's not bad, it's just muddier. Just muddier. And clear. You're a natural born leader, and it's just, there's so much here. Give me a second with this. Not clear. Got it. Light. So, dear, listen for your truth. You're going to have to release some people from your life. They're not, I almost feel like it's spiritual. I almost feel like it's spiritual. I mean, she's kind of naked, but whatever. She got flies all over her. They're not helping. These could even be deities you work with. That came through pretty fast. They could be like deities. You just need to not work with new ones. I mean, Anubis came through, which was a little strange. He doesn't do that too often. Why am I seeing an eye? Remove it. And Fushilaka Rashikala Farakishilaka. There. But listen. It's almost like you're jumping through dimensions or something. I don't really understand. But it's almost like you're. No, you are. You're sometimes going into these. They say training. You need training. So there's all these different dimensions and realities, and however you wish to call the dimensional structures. And some you don't want to go into. Let me tell you that. But yeah, whatever it is you're searching for here, a lot of people on this live should be teaching. I'm going to say that now, including you. What you want wants you. What you want wants you. Now, this comes with great power, but it also comes with a warning. They're showing me something only I would understand. Sorry to go on a tangent about this. Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is a total badass, and he's probably just beat the whole Avengers up if he wanted to. But he has great power, the whole great responsibility thing. But there's another comic where Doc Ock takes over his body and becomes a superior Spider-Man. Without going into the whole story, he gets very violent. So when you tap into this new level of power, because you can feel what I'm talking about, because I can feel the heat coming off my body, be careful how you use it. It's not a bad thing. It's just a warning, because it comes with a gift. The codes. You already know this, they're saying. There's so many people that are using energies in ways they should not be using them. There's more. Yes. Don't attract what you don't want, but do attract what you do want. I don't think people realize this, Trish, but people are manifesting the very things they say they don't want into their lives. They're manifesting the very things they say they don't want in their lives by their actions. by what they're thinking, by what Lucas said this earlier to Ian, to what they're watching, to what they're doing, to all these things. Yeah. Case point again. I think there's some deities you should not beat, or people. I have to
what you focus on grows.
What they just said, Trisha, don't get mad at me, please. They're saying, do you really understand? I just heard that. Do you really understand? That means like really take time to think about it. Take time to think about it. Take time to form the people you need around you. There's something you also need to, and you might run into some like bullshit from people. He talked about that. Yeah. Triggering people. But defend the end into the worthwhile. They might be tears of rage. They might be tears of pain. They might be tears of happiness. It's just however your perspective goes into that. But you have to form with people that are eek. She naked. I got to be careful with these cards. Cover them up. Nips and butt. Point is that you got to be careful. Conscious connections. I'll just put that there. Conscious connections. So you need to form with people that will help you. And most importantly, the word needs to be written. She ain't naked, thank God, but she's crying. The word needs to be written. So, Trish, I was told by a psychic a long time ago that the reason I trigger people as a kid, I thought it's because of my name, obviously. But no, it's your energy. It's so strong it can trigger people sometimes. Can't take it. Like you can't take it seriously. You don't have to clean everything right away. Look for what feels right to you and what feels wrong to you. Trust your intuition. It's like when you go on a date with that really hot guy. It convinces you to go home with him. But deep in your heart, you're like, this isn't a good idea. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying. I think everyone's been there at some point in their life. And the point is, listen to what's being told to you. This doesn't mean hot guy. This means whatever is the problem, whatever is the issue. Just listen to it. And when the pressure of like the rage gets too much about things, find a way to dissipate it. I don't know about your diet, but dear God, I keep hearing this with like every 5 people. Yeah. Yeah, if you can eat a bit healthier, do that. It's not horrible. They're saying it's good.
Kind of an odd question, but my guides are telling me to ask this. Have you been noticing a gnat following you around, like a fruit fly, like
Me?
in different places? No, for her. Because I kept seeing like looking through your eyes, being in environments and noticing like a fruit fly, but like different spaces, and almost as if it's like following you around. Interesting. Yeah. So if you notice it like in different places that you go, you keep noticing like a gnat or a fruit fly, that just means you need to cleanse. They're like spiritually cleansed. There's something like trying to attach to you. Yeah. I kept seeing it in my head. I've had that happen before in the past where I noticed like there was like everywhere I went, there was like a gnat, and I was like, what the is going on? Like, and then I looked into it and like meditated on it, and there was like a spiritual cleansing I had to do.
Yeah. And there's ways you can do that, Empress. So this scares people when I say the word witch, but there are spiritual baths you can buy at bodegas. They're called bodegas. So you can go find one, and they're usually just a bunch of herbs, and you got to scoop them out of the bathtub, or you got to strain them to put the water in. But they're usually like $4. You be careful. Some of the stuff there, it ain't all love and light. I can tell you that. But a lot of the stuff's very helpful. I need to go buy one actually in the next couple of days. But let me get that message. But yeah, bodegas. Yeah, they're usually run by people that are Spanish. Anyways, that's been my interpretation. Anyways, and thank you, Miss Empress. Disconnect. Boom. Yes. And last but not least is Miss Gail. Miss Gail. Miss Gail. Oh, let's start. Miss Gail, this is representational of all your thoughts. Almost just all these animals right now are representational of all your thoughts. They want you to pick four things, and stick to them. Whatever those four are, stick to them. Because your mind is like, it's so much going on there. Is there such thing as a mental cleanse? How did you do a mental cleanse? I don't know. Anyways, but when you do that, I would get out into nature by yourself, but you're a woman. I got to be careful with that one. If you feel safe getting out into nature by yourself, then go. Because I'm not saying the rest of the card, I'm saying that. Get out into nature so you can clear yourself. Okay, I got the message. Okay, so you have these things with your family. Sometimes things happen for reasons we don't understand. But you holding on to that energy is going to pull you back into it. I'm very hesitant with this message. It's going to pull you back into it. I could sit here, Gail, and say, there's 50 people. I want to know why they don't talk to me anymore. At the end of the day, I'm never going to understand probably why. Even if they told me, I probably wouldn't understand it. Because in their mind, who knows what's going on in there? Yeah, who knows? Yeah, mental cleanse right here. Mental cleanse. Clear it out, light. It's going to help heal your body too. Some of that energy is going to other places in your body. Case in point, she feels, she knows. She feels, she knows. And this is all going, it's all going in one direction. Yeah, it's all going in one direction. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's too many cards. I don't use this deck that much anymore. Okay, so number one, be the hunter, not the hunted. But this is more in relation to you. Like, hunt out the things that aren't working. Number two, inner trust. Number three, new birth guard diligently when it happens. Because people are going to try to knock you back to where you were. Some people will. And then you'll have shock of the new. It'll be like an awakening. They're showing me Katie Byron. Katie Byron, if you know who she is, massive awakening one day, locked in her room for years, wakes up one day, totally changes. But shock of the new. your eyes will be open to a new paradigm of self. Okay. Now let me do some energy work on you. Because they don't want you beating yourself up. I had to think of how to word that. And let's tap in. Ara fishi. Say I accept in your head. Ara fishi la kara shika la fara kishi la. And release. Recalibrate light. And heart chakra. Open. Release. Tap in. And clear. Fushilakara kishila rafi. Calling the energy of my wand. It has been so long, my friend. And now. Damn, that's strong. Okay. And disconnect. And light. Smooth out. There. Disconnect. Boom. It's all you, Mr. Luca.
So we were talking about mental cleansing, and then saying something with nature. That's definitely a good thing, because if you think about mental energy, it's air energy. So there's spiritual, like psychic information everywhere at all times. Although we can't see what's happening in like the physical air in our environment, like there's thoughts going on all the time, even in nature, like being out in the open air, like it's like there's spirits in the trees. That's why being in nature is a really good like mental cleanse, because you can go sit there and just listen to everything that you hear, and getting away from the chaos of, if you're constantly around people, then the psychic information of being around people all the time is you're going to be hearing like people's negativity, their insecurities, like all of that psychic information that you're picking up on, and you could take it on as your own. So obviously getting in nature is a good thing. To do that, maybe do that more if you can, or just sitting, even when I say nature, just being outside, like even if you have a patio and you can go outside, you can like listen to like the birds and such. But the message that I'm getting here is you're taking too much responsibility for what's happening, whether it be in like the home life or just with people around you. It's kind of like a mother wound kind of vibe. I don't know if you have like kids or not, but that really doesn't matter. It's more or less of like a mother wound that's being presented through you, where there's a sense of like your ability to either take care of people or to help people, even if it's in like a line of work. But it's you're taking on too much of like responsibility for the things that other people are going through, and so it shows that there's a wound within your own kind of emotional foundation, I would say, that's being presented. But you have the Tower card in the reverse with the Nine of Swords, which is like all the anxieties and stuff that you're feeling. That's why there's a need for you to kind of get away from just like the regular environments that you're in, because you're just taking in too much psychic information from other people. And then in a way, like it can get to a point where it's so overwhelming that you start to feel guilty for it. You start to feel like things are your fault, that you didn't do good enough, or you didn't do a good enough job. Like when you see people suffer around you, or you see people sad or going through things, it's very much like a motherly kind of wound, where like you feel like you're failing people because they're not like doing the best that they possibly could do. You know what I mean? So that's why there's a need for you to kind of just get away and kind of reground yourself and recenter, so you can come back to a space where you're emotionally like emotionally and mentally cleared, so that you can be that source for people. I feel like very much you already are I don't know what kind of job you have, but I feel like you help people in some type of way. But this is definitely a part of your path. But I think cleansing and learning how to master this part of your mindset is what your guides want you to work on right now. And it's a deeper wound that's showing up. You said I've always been that way, Ugg. Yeah, it's just a deeper wound that comes from like your developmental years. If you had a mother figure that, or even if it's not like a mother figure, like whoever your caretakers were, the one that was more of the feminine role, if they didn't know how to manage their own emotions, and then they were not able to show up for you when it was time to help manage your emotions. So then as you grew up, then you don't know how to manage your own emotions, but you start to learn. But it was only to a certain degree. There's always going to be that wound there. So then when it comes down to like helping other people, there's a part of you that feels guilty when you don't see them growing, or when you see them going through tough things, and you almost take it on as like, oh, I didn't do good enough, sort of thing. And this is what's being presented here for you. But it's happening in a way like not, whereas like when you're feeling that energy, it can feel overwhelming, but that's why you need to go just like reset, like get into a different environment that's more peaceful, so that you can kind of come back to that space of like, okay, like clearing that like psychic information from you, come back to a space where you're able to like tune in a better way, so that you can go back to those environments and be able to help people. Because same situation, if you didn't have someone who was able to navigate their own emotions and couldn't do it for you, then you're going to have that wound. So then when it comes down to helping other people, you're going to have that wound, so you won't be able to navigate your emotions, and then won't be able to help them to a certain degree. It's a helper syndrome kind of self-protection strategy. So this is just being brought up to show you that this is one of those moments where you do need to kind of like just step away from the environment that you're in, even if it's for like an hour or two, and like create like a pattern of doing this. Like when you feel like you're getting anxious or overwhelmed or overthinking, just make it a plan when you have an extra hour or two, like every other day or every day if you can, to just like get away from all the chaos and just kind of tune in. My favorite thing to do is like, if you can't actually go out in nature, is even just to go in the backyard and just like look at the trees and listen to the birds and just like look at nature and see how it's just existing. And then like the same thing is like, if I spend too much time in the city or like around friends and the chaos of people, or even on Facebook and stuff like that, spending too much time in those environments, you're always picking up on that psychic information, and it's only gonna like, it's like the consuming thing we were talking about. When you're consuming that energy by just being around it, then it's going to get to a point where you're going to become that energy, essentially. So there's not anything really that, it's not that you're doing anything wrong, which I think you feel deep down. That's like what the wound is kind of presenting, like, oh, I'm not doing good enough, or I'm not helping like enough people, kind of thing. That's a lie that you're kind of telling yourself. It's more or less that you're just overwhelmed and need to like balance out how much of yourself you're giving and how much you're, it's like stepping out of yourself. Like just when you step into nature, you kind of take away the ego. You take yourself out of the world in a way, and you just become a part of the world, and you allow yourself to just be in the moment. I think that's really going to help you to like shift things. So like I said, it's not that you're doing anything wrong, so don't tell yourself that. And if you get to a space where you start feeling like you're doing things wrong, because you do things from an empathetic place, like from a place of kindness, and you want to see things grow, so go into nature, especially during springtime too, when you're able to watch things grow. And it'll remind you back of that like kind of like motherly energy of like just allowing things to do as they do. I definitely think a lot of this has to do with maybe you get into spaces potentially where like, so think about this. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Think about this. If you like feel like you love to help people, but there's a part of you that feels like you're not helping people to the right degree, that's just mirroring to you where you need the help as well. That's like what the helper syndrome self-protection strategy does. We actually, when we have helper syndrome and we're not aware of what the wound is that's coming from, then what we do is we tend to like almost create environments and keep people around us. Yeah, it's like we keep people around us that need the help constantly, because it fulfills that desire to help people. But once they start to get to a space where we can't help them anymore, it almost like leaves us in a way of, in a feeling of like, it leaves you in that rawness of needing to like help yourself, sort of thing. It's kind of tough to describe, but look, surrender to the divine. What was I just saying? You just need to get away from that psychic information that you're surrounded with and go into like a more peaceful space and surrender to nature. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's a time to give rather than take. Confidence is your key to success, and your hard work is paying off. You're telling me to pull one more tarot card, so I'm going to do this real quick. What message? Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. So that's your home life, your emotional connection to your home life. And then the Princess of Swords in reverse. You're just not looking at things with the right mindset. in terms of like your family or your home life or what you consider home and family. Like it doesn't have to be blood family. It could represent people that you care about. You need to shift your perspective and celebrate those environments a little bit more rather than focusing on like the harshness or the chaos or the sadness that's occurring. Bring happiness into it. Like step away, go connect to nature. That happiness and that peace that you feel from it, bring that back to that environment and allow it to grow.
We are complete. What is that? 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Used to be nothing. Anyways, okay. Luca, you want me to do some clearing on you real fast?
Sure.
Okay. Tap me in. And now. Fushilaka Rashikala Faraki Shilaka. Clear. Boom. Boom. There. Disconnect.
Thank you.
Okay. We good. I will send you what's up. Thank you, everyone. I have a class on Sunday on chakras. It is on my website. It is a 2-hour live Zoom class, and I have sessions as well. Anyways, thank you all for being here. Luca, where do they find you?
Either on here on my TikTok or it's Luca the Light 777 on Instagram, or on the Facebook group. You'll see my posts. My name on there is Ryan.
Yes. Yes.
Same profile picture as this though.
If anyone messages you saying they're either one of us, they're not us.
Yeah, this is our only accounts, so beware.
Well, I have another account, but I don't message people for reasons.
Yeah,
So go to
yeah.
Anyways, so thank you, everyone.
And then I talked to my friend about it, my best friend, and she's like, well, just write them up. That's not the solution. The solution isn't to write them up. You write them up so much, they're either going to quit, or when you fire them, you don't have no employees, and you're stuck doing what me and you did at the last store. We busted our butt, broke our necks, and worked 24/7. I mean, I would open a store, close a store, and then turn around, sleep in the lobby for 3 hours, and then go in the next morning and sit there and make biscuits for them. What kind of life is that? And then the company don't even give you a raise during your evaluation when you have exceeded everything, all because you didn't show up for a couple of your shifts because you were taking the store manager shifts and you needed a day off yourself. Okay, we're good. Like, okay. When I worked for Dollar General, my mother worked for them too. And when I took time off to transfer stores to another location to be with my mother, truthfully, I was like, y'all can have the keys. I'm done. Y'all demoted me, dropped the keys. I'm done. Y'all demoted me, dropped my title. I went from a store manager running a transfer stores closer to my house where I could take care of my mother, and y'all tell me, nope. Bye. Here's your keys. I quit. My mother was more important. And my mama worked for them in another location under the same district